It's International Sauvignon Blanc Day, and I am here from beautiful Summerland, BC to say Happy Sauvignon Blanc Day. This has been probably one of my favorite varietals I've discovered in this big wine discovery journey we've done the last year and a half. And so I'm excited to celebrate today. Carl Boucher will be joining us any moment, maybe even in person down here because I don't see his stream. But we will be live with you in just a couple of minutes. So hope you have your Sauv Blanc wine. Let us know in the comments if you do. And let us know if you're here. Where are you tuning in from? What do you like about Sauv Blanc? Just start chatting because we are giving away 2 amazing ENOVINO wine aerators tonight to anybody that leaves a comment. And we would love to see your hello in the comment box so we can get the chat going. Carl Boucher, how are you today?
You know, a little bit more prep than expected, but here we are. Happy Sauvignon Blanc. Bright.
I'm in the basement. He's upstairs. You can tell, right? Look how bright it is up there.
Isn't it? There you go. How's the Sauvignon Blanc display? I didn't have time to finish. Cheers. You know what's good with Sauvignon Blanc? Cheers. What? There's not many corks anymore on Sauv Blanc. Out of my 15 bottles back there, there's only 3 with corks. So yeah, I'm just gonna start here with you and open a few more because I think we're gonna go through probably what. I think we're at 14 or 15. So there you go, Janik. How are you, Janik? From Maverick Estate Winery. Maverick is in the house. How are you, Mira? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just going to put a note in our ticker here that we are doing a draw for these ENOVINOs throughout the night, so leave a comment for a chance to win. That'd be awesome.
There you go. Oh, that's a good. There you go. Just finishing up here. Yeah, that's super cool because there's a bunch of new wines that I've never tried before. Some new wineries popping up on our list.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is really, really exciting. Before we start tasting Sauvignon Blanc, I think it's worth talking about our experience yesterday for lunch. I think we had an amazing lunch in terms of food and in terms of experience. What do you think?
It was absolutely phenomenal. And in fact, I wish we had some of the food we had yesterday with these Sauv Blancs. I think it would pair so well. We went to De Silva Winery, which is on the Naramata Bench, owned by a family that's been farming on the Naramata Bench since 1955. So they know the place. All the best vineyards up and down the Okanagan, they have farmed them at some point. It's pretty cool. And
yeah.
Leslie's saying something interesting. While I love Sauv Blanc, I don't have any in my glass tonight. Started tonight with Bench 1775 White Merlot. Oh, that is cool, Leslie. A White Merlot. And
love it.
Garrett, your brother's Late Harvest Riesling. That sounds so lovely. Amazing.
There you go. So yeah, no, we had a great experience at De Silva. The first and foremost, Chef Abdul is a world-class chef. He makes some
Chef Abdul.
Abdul, yes.
What's that? The only cork from tonight?
No, there's 2 others. Yeah. So 1, 2.
Yes.
And
yesterday. And yes, Chef Abdul makes the best paella in the Okanagan.
Oh, hands down, not even close.
Yeah, one of the best in Canada, I would say. Yeah, does look good there, Janik.
So yeah, so we had an outstanding lunch, and after that we had the privilege and the chance to have the visit of Richard De Silva, the owner. Took the time, even if it was bottling day. So here we go, we're sitting up there and like we can see the whole action, right? Because the restaurant is right like overviewing the back end of the winery, and it was bottling day. So we knew there was a lot going on down there. Richard is a busy man overseeing the whole thing. But at some point, Mira and I were just like enjoying the day. And he just pop up at our table and sat down, and not for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. How long did he stay with us? An hour?
It felt like hours. I'm sure it wasn't that long because I think he was a really busy guy, but it felt like hours. And then as we were leaving, we did the whole Eastern European stand by the door for like another hour.
Well, because we got there at like at 12:15, and we literally left at 3:10 in the afternoon. Because like we had to rush and go pick up the kids at school, and like we had a bunch of plan in between because we said, well, we're gonna have lunch, we're gonna stop here and there and here and there. No.
This is the biggest tip for winery touring. If you're winery touring this spring or summer or fall, holy cow, don't pack your day, because winery touring has changed. It's no longer like go in and out, taste 5 wines, go to the next one. There's an opportunity to really get to know the winery, slow it down, walk around in the vineyard.
It's about the experience, more about like don't overpack your day. Give yourself some time in between.
So much
don't
fun.
Stack it up. If you want quality visit, hey, like Yannick is right there. Like Yannick runs a tasting room down at Maverick in Oliver, BC, and I'm so happy that we sent one of our members there. One of our member last week was visiting for a very special anniversary with his wife. We sent them to Yannick at Maverick, and things that we haven't booked them, like because Yannick takes some time with the customer, takes some time with Carl's Wine Club member, and give them really, really, really good experience. So yeah, tip for the traveler: don't overstack your day. Yeah, we ended up buying some pretty cool stuff at De Silva. The 2012 Merlot, how freaking special that bottle of Merlot.
That was my Mother's Day present, right?
Well, we have definitely the Chardonnay. It's not part of your present, so that's clear cut here. Let's draw the line. That the Chardonnay 2016 is not going in the Mother's Day basket. Okay.
That's okay. That was not my absolute favorite. The Merlot, though, the 2012 Merlot, holy cow.
No, the boys and I have a whole plan for that special day coming up. So I don't even think that I need to include that 12 Merlot. But really? Yes, if it's requested by Mom, obviously it's going to be a yes. But
so get this, guys. Who's ever done this for your mom? These guys are planning me a yes day for Mom. So I get to ask anything, and they'll all say yes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's don't tell Mira, but my 3 boys, and what we have planned, we're gonna do a yes day for Mom. So don't tell her, but everything she's gonna ask for on Sunday has to be yes. So I know my husband partners across the country will say, Carl, something's wrong with you. Like, what? Don't do it. But yeah, it can be really costly. But anyhow, thinking that it's worth it.
Set some boundaries. It's okay.
About what? Sorry.
Well, you said it can be really costly.
We won't tell you what we're planning, but it should be fun.
Okay.
So yeah, it's our plan for Sunday. But tonight we do have just to finish with Richard. Yeah, we had an outstanding. The food. There's a few new items on the Silva menu, aka the slow cooked pork shoulder. with tomatillo and a little spice into that. I can't recall the name of the spice, but holy moly, that pork shoulder was outstanding. The classic, the piri piri giant prawn are still on the menu. And we did the chef's choice, and thanks God that he brought it over. The chicken and goose liver pate. Yes, madame, pretty darn good with these confit roasted garlic that you can spread on top. It's pretty special. Oh, the clam dish was really, really good too. Anyhow, enough
enough getting me all excited again about that food and wanting it again. Crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome. And what a great conversation with Richard Da Silva. When we talk about authenticity, about just being true to yourself and no bullshit type of guy, it was just like absolutely great conversation, knowing the valley up and down. And yeah, anyway, I'm a big fan of the Silva wine. I'm a big fan of Richard. It's on its own, and like, yeah, the whole place. So if you visit there, or if you contact us and you ask us to make recommendation, there's a good chance that Da Silva will be on the listing for your Naramata Day touring, because yeah, and there's so many great options. We're starting to know more and more where is the great place to send the members. It's our second summer here, so yeah.
Nice. Arthur, don't feel bad. Brunello, that's pretty fantastic too. You're still celebrating. I mean, you're here.
Absolutely. So. Every time there's a Brunello de Montalcino in your glass, that's a celebration of wine on its own. So yeah.
Awesome.
Sauvignon Blanc Day.
Sauvignon Blanc Day. So we were looking into this and we were like, well, we originally, like last year, we didn't do a Sauvignon Blanc Day. We started doing these crazy varietal marathons that we're about to do, where we taste a whole bunch of different wines from across Canada of the same varietal. Super interesting. We started doing this for World Chardonnay Day last year, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And why Chardonnay Day? Well, because there's this crazy guy out of Pennsylvania, I think, that said, you know, we call it World this day, World Merlot Day, World Chardonnay Day, but do we actually do anything about it? Not really. We just put some memes on social media. So he said, let's actually do something about World Chardonnay Day. And we're like, yeah, let's set a world record. Let's go live for over 5 hours tasting Chardonnay. No one's ever done that before. And we're like, let's do it. So we did it. And then it was fun. And you guys actually stopped by and said hi to us, which was awesome. And so did a bunch of winemakers. So we did it again for what?
Well, before we did rosé. After that, it became like, oh my God, we need to do Cap Franc, we need to do Merlot, we need to do Cap Sauv. We did Syrah.
Daryl was not happy about that. I'm sorry, Daryl.
But just so you know, we had because it's going to be World Chardonnay Day #2, because last year was the first one. There's International Chardonnay Day, but the World Chardonnay Day was started. Anyway, different story. But we had our first global meeting because Mira and I were Canadian ambassador for a World Chardonnay Day. And the guy who started it said, you know, you guys, saying to me and Mira, that you have
Canadians.
You Canadian, but our party, Carl's Wine Club live marathon for World Chardonnay was the biggest in the world. We had the biggest web gathering for World Chardonnay Day last year. That's pretty darn cool. That is pretty darn cool.
Because throughout the night, you know, a few people drop in here and here and here, but over 5 or 6 hours, I'll tell you, like thousands of people end up stopping by and celebrating, which is what we love. It means that we're spreading the wine joy, right?
Absolutely. Building a community, bringing together people who love and appreciate or want to know more about Canadian wines. And people sometimes are asking me, oh, are you going to do anything with the international wines? Or, you know what? I don't have the desire to do it. I tasted 850 Canadian wines last year. Okay, how many international wines that you think that we have tasted last year?
Do you think 5? Just for the varietal days, we had
under 10 bottles of international wine. Hey, yeah, don't make me wrong. I'm not saying that the international wines are not good. I worked with the international wines for 25 years. I have absolutely zero desire to keep tasting international wines. None whatsoever. I want to discover every single little corner of everything of Canadian wines has to offer. And by the way, we will do our first Nova Scotia offer in a month time.
Yeah.
How darn cool is that?
Can you imagine if we can actually find some lobster that from Nova Scotia that can ship out at the same time as the wine? How cool would that be?
There you go. Let's take it to the next level, right? That's Mira Boucher's way. So,
Nothing like Nova Scotia lobster. So, yeah. Because I've never had it like fresh. But I know they can ship them. They come in live, like in a refrigerated box. So
we have
Connie's in. See, this is why I burst these ideas onto Carl when we're live.
I know. Last time you said an idea like that, you say, hey, maybe we should throw a party at these places. But now I'm stuck, swamped beyond my ears to plan parties all over the country. So yes, it works. I know it does.
It's a tough.
Daryl's in the house. Daryl's in the house. Here you go. Way to go, Daryl. And okay, Dog Point. Big fan of Dog Point here. I'm a big fan. I used to sell these top premium New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc when I used to be in Calgary with my previous business. So yes, Dog Point, bang. There's the quintessence of acidity of New Zealand. Love what they're doing there. So tonight, no Ontario, unfortunately, but it's not unfortunate. So I have to say that we've done all of these varietal day, but Mira came out of the closet. So at some point, like in February, said, Carl Boucher, my favorite grape varietal, it's Sauvignon Blanc. I want more Sauvignon Blanc. I love Sauvignon Blanc. And I was like, okay, cool. But actually, she's been bugging me about Sauvignon Blanc for more than that. Like she's been on to that Sauvignon Blanc trail more and more. And her and Rob Amersley, the owner of Black Market Company, tried to describe the darn guava taste and smell profile.
To me, Sauvignon Blanc, a lot of the ones that I really like, they smell like guavas. They do. And Carl doesn't understand what I'm saying, but like he's like, no, that's like grass and this and that. But I'm like, no, it's guavas. I think we need to get a bunch of guavas.
I know, that's what I'm waiting for God's sake. So last minute we decided to say, you know what? We don't have time to bring a bunch of Sauv Blanc from Ontario. I know there's some great Sauvignon Blanc from Ontario, but tonight we're focusing on BC Sauvignon Blanc. It's easier. So last time we did not the last time, but the last couple one, we have our box stock in transit for weeks. So so I didn't take any chance to get my samples late this time. So we decided to do a BC report, Sauvignon Blanc BC report. So we're going to publish a little report on Sauvignon Blanc after tonight, early next week, which was going to include everything tasted tonight and all the Sauvignon Blanc tasted this year in that BC report. So it's going to be pretty interesting. All the scores, short description on every single wine. I have probably 6 or 7 new 2021 Sauvignon Blanc. I have 4 or 5 2020 and couple back vintage 2018 of Sauvignon Blanc. So we're going to travel the valley up and down from north to south, focusing a lot on the center of the Okanagan around the Naramata Bench. and all of that, because I think that's where the strength of the Sauvignon Blanc is, and also some really, really good vineyard in Oliver, BC as well. There's so many different ways to grow the grape in the vineyard, playing with the leaves and the canopies to keep them under shade or to expose them to full sun and full ripeness. There's so many ways to treat it after pressing. So there's so many ways to ferment it. There's so many ways to age them. There's from the Fumé Blanc style, the Sancerre style. There's also that New Zealand bright gooseberry style. So there's many, many styles of Sauvignon Blanc. A little bit like the Chardonnays, right? That depending on how you ferment it, depending on how you treat the vineyard, there's so many different ways and result in the glass for Sauvignon Blanc, all the way from gooseberry to guava. And textures also. So we have a natural wine here from Freeform as well. So we have a bunch of pretty cool stuff that we're going to taste tonight. Score on the fly and describe for you on the fly. So it's pretty.
And we were looking at a graphic earlier. I couldn't find it just now, Carl, but it was saying, a graph of like how popular different varietals are, and Sauv Blanc is the 5th most popular in the world. I don't know how they grade this. I don't know how they find out how popular it is, but
and you know what? And that's pretty cool that you're mentioning that, Mira, because on the BC scale, it's the 5th most grown wide varietal in BC as well. So numbers are aligning from the proportion from the world on the world stage and on the BC stage. One thing that I have, isn't it good?
Where's this one from?
This is Lakeside Cellar 2020 Sparkling Sauvignon Blanc. Nice. I've been a big fan of Lakeside for a long time. I believe that they produce one of the best Sauvignon Blanc year in and year out, and we're going to do something cool. And I might keep it for the end, or maybe I will start with that. Let me know which one you prefer. I have 2020 and the just newly bottled 2021 of Lakeside.
Really?
So I want to do side by side the two vintage, just to see the vintage typicity, because 2021 was so very different than any other vintage in memories here in BC, because of the heat dome that we experienced in June. So it changed the whole growing season. It threw a big wrench on the farmers' perspective.
So let's see if I've got it here.
Calgary.
Someone from Calgary is calling you? Nice. Is it this one? Whoops, we lost Carl. There you go. Hopefully we'll get him back in a second. But yeah, I think that's what we're tasting right now, the Lakeside Bubbly. Why don't we do a quick little giveaway? Because those of you who are here early and who have cracked the bottles and poured the wine, I think you guys deserve to get a chance at this ENOVINO. So I am going to just right now pull up the draw. Oh, Scott, you're in a Soyuz today. That's awesome. Cool. I think Scott, I need to add you, Scott Andrew. Okay. So let's do this thing. For those of you guys have tuned in.
That's so funny. You just seen the comments here, Scott Andrews. Well, that's Scott calling me saying, hey, I'm in the Soyuz. Okay, Scotty, you called me last week. I didn't call back. That's my 3 children schedule, but I owe you a phone call. I'm going to call you back.
After the live.
After the live. So my buddy Scotty is in Soyuz. Scotty used to work with me as a chef in Calgary for many, many years. So cheers to you, Scotty. Welcome to the Okanagan. Okay, Lakeside Cellar.
We're doing this. Here, let me take out this part. Woo! We're giving away an ENOVINO to those that have tuned in early with us. The night is young, guys. The night is young. Is there any more comments that I need to add in real quick here? No, we got Scott. Okay, cheers. Perfect. So let's see here. Boom. Who gets the first ENOVINO? This is our favorite wine aerator that decants your wine instantly instead of having to wait. So, Connie.
Connie, you're in the house. Connie, win the first one. Stick with us because we're going to be on for probably 3 hours tonight.
That's awesome, Connie. I'm gonna send you a DM and send that out to you. Congrats.
Mouth-watering, sparkling here.
$45 the ENOVINO, and it's selling in all sorts of tasting rooms across the Okanagan and Niagara. You never win anything. Well, you just won. That's perfect. It's you have one up there, Carl, or you don't have one with you? The ENOVINO?
No, it's on the wine wall at the entrance. So yeah.
Yeah. I'll go grab one so we
can
explain what you
want. Just going to talk a little bit about Lakeside Cellar, and this one is a single vineyard. So I really like this one. It's Lakeshore Vineyard from the West Bench in Osoyoos. So this is early pick for Sauvignon Blanc. There you go, Connie. You get your ENOVINO here. Top-notch wine aerator. It decants your wine one glass at a time. It pours like a charm, and it also takes care of the sediment. I would say it is.
This, Connie, is it's a party trick. It's our favorite party trick. You pour people a glass of usually red wine, but sometimes some really like more complex whites can use it too. You pour them a glass of like a younger red wine in one glass, and the other glass, the same red wine, but with this stuck in the top of the bottle and aerated, and ask them if they think it's the same wine. Like, don't tell them, right? And they probably will say it's not the same wine because it changes it. It like makes it much more vibrant and opens it up, and it rounds out the edges, just aerating it like that. So it's really cool.
Really cool. And more and more tasting rooms realize that it's a tool that they have to have when it's time to serve their new big red. Like, the new release of, like, you have that big Meritage 2019 and you want to showcase the whole wine. Like, you don't want, you want it in his best behavior. You put your ENOVINO on the top, you aerate it right out of the gate, and it changed completely. So this Sauvignon Blanc sparkling is just so mouth-watering. There's so much bright acidity in there.
Is that the right picture? Is that the right picture there?
Absolutely. So that's the Lakeshore. That's the Lakeshore vineyard from Osoyoos, BC. Bone dry, like I said, high acidity. And there's not a whole lot left of that. It is, I think there's like 25 cases left at the winery. Winery exclusive in the sense that they want to keep the rest for their tasting room. But Noel said if some of your member wants to buy it by the case, we can do something for them. So anyhow, by the way, Lakeside offers coming back in mid-June. We have something new coming up, and a new rosé made with Cinsault. Cinsault, it's a kind of grape that grows pretty much exclusively in the south of France, that they make that very famous Provençal rosé with. And there's a new Cinsault rosé coming out from Lakeside, and it's going to be an exclusive release with Carl's Wine Club. Something exciting, just like that. So yeah, that bubbly, to me, I rated that before. I don't know, Mira, if you can track back my rating of that, but to me, that's a 91 point for freshness. From price, it's pretty much, I would say, in the $24 price range, very well priced. Charmat method, so it's not a method traditional, but it doesn't have to. This is not a champagne. This is not the purpose of it. It's the bright gooseberry, ripe, a little bit of peach, a little bit of tropical fruit, but super refreshing Sauvignon Blanc sparkling. There's no doubt that it's Sauv Blanc in there, and the fizz is just beautifully well placed. It doesn't burst out of your nose, something that I viscerally ate on Charmat sometimes when there's too many CO. Yeah, and you try to get a little bit of, you try to swirl it in your mouth and you feel like everything's going to burst out of your nose. I hate that unbalance. This is well made. This is fantastic. So I would say, yeah, to me, it's a 91 points. Over deliver. It's going to be another summer favorite.
And so, last year we had a sort of impromptu little gathering with members when we moved to our house in West Kelowna, and Lorna came by, one of our members, and she posted in the VIP group after. She brought these cookies. We call them crack cookies. They're like these buttery oatmeal cookies, very thin, and we had them with the kind of little brother of this wine from the same winery, the Patchwork Bubbly. It's a similar wine, but kind of made with a different blend, and I think it would go really well with these two. So if you're going to pair with something, let us track you down Lorna's crack cookies in the VIP group, because she posted the recipe, and oh my gosh, they're good with this kind of bubbly. So good.
Absolutely. Go ahead. No,
Scotty had a question about why do grapes not have flowers? And it reminded me, we were out at Black Market Wine Co. yesterday getting ready for our member reunion, June 3rd. Be there or be square. And we saw this, which is the buds breaking on the Merlot.
That's the buds breaking.
So beautiful. And so those are the flowers. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm no farmer or a scientist. I don't know why there's not actual flowers on the vines, but they do the bud break, which is pretty beautiful.
Oh, it's starting. It's just starting. They have flower. They are teeny tiny and don't require pollinators. There you go. Janet.
Oh, interesting. See? We learn things every day. Thanks, Scott.
There you go. Janik spent lots of time in the vineyard. So, yeah.
There you go.
I love when you're on, Janik. I love it. Thank you. I don't even need to answer these kind of questions. I got my guy here. That's awesome. I can sit back, rate and describe wines, and just enjoy the whole darn thing. So, should we start? We already started. I got the 91 points Lakeshore Vineyards, a single vineyard Sauvignon Blanc sparkling from Lakeside Cellar.
So, did you just rate the 2020 or the 2021?
The 2020. 2021 is not even.
And we might try the 2021.
No, I have the still 2021. I have here.
Cool.
Yeah, I have 2020 and 2021 in the regular bottle that we're going to do side by side at some point.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay, so I did find it.
Huh?
I did find it, guys. We're working on an archive of all of Carl's tasting notes. So about a year ago, you tasted this wine and you rated it a 90. So that tells me it's improved with age, because you just said 91. It's what did you say? 100% Sauvignon Blanc, blah, blah, blah. Nice size bubbles and lasting bubbles. Yeah. You said it's dry despite 10 grams of RS and shows good tension and wonderful acidity. So
there you go. That mouth-watering acidity haven't changed. The fruit is bright. It starts with lemon, moving to gooseberry, and a little bit of tropical at the end. Just very well balanced. So from the 90 to 91, pretty much in the same bracket here in the year time. So
yeah, and it's $21.65 plus tax, so it comes to $25, I think, with tax.
Under 25, like probably $24.50 all in. So great price for an outstanding, refreshing, so refreshing Sauvignon Blanc sparkling. Absolutely love it. Mira, do you have one in particular that you would like me to dig in, or maybe if you want to ask?
Tell us what we've got. Can you like do a quick rundown of what we've got? Because I don't even know. Like,
we have Freeform from the Okanagan Crush Pad. It's a natural one. I want to keep it a little later because it's more natural ferment. We have the Mayhem, the new Mayhem 2021. We have 2021 from Clos du Soleil in the Simil Camine. We have Rob at Black Market, the unsanctioned Sauvignon Blanc. We have Lakeside. We have Wild Goose from Okanagan Falls. We have French Door. We have Red Rooster from the Naramata Bench. The Silva. We have Three Sisters. Brand new winery. I have never tasted any of their wine, so we have Three Sisters.
Well, they're not new. They're just new to us.
Yeah, new to us, exactly. And we have Maverick as well. So what should I do? Okay, first one in the comment. The first one in the comment is the one that I'm going to taste first.
That's a good idea. There you go. You guys decide. And the one from Bellaterra, what did you say it is?
I have the Bellaterra up there. It's the 2020. It's not the Fumé, though.
It's the regular. Yeah. Three Sisters. Janice, I was thinking the same thing, actually. You know why? Because we have never tasted their wines, and they reached out to us like 2 days ago. It went to our junk mail, and they said, we heard you're doing Sauv Blanc Day. We'd love for you to have one of our wines in the lineup. It's ready for you to pick up. And we literally 2 hours ago, Janice. Ken, see, you're on the same wavelength. Literally 2 hours
Connie
ago,
just did the same thing. There you go. So Three Sisters.
Okay, there you go. So then we're like, no, we gotta go get it. So we went on an expedition, like just got back from there. That's why we were late starting. So this is a special bottle. It's made, it's made an extra effort to be here.
Oh yeah. Like we picked up the kids at school and said, "Mom, where are you going? We're not going back home." I said, "No, we have to go across the lake to go pick up a bottle of wine." So yeah, Three Sisters Winery on the Naramata Bench, and this is fairly new though. I would say probably started in the last 5 years. That would be my guess.
I'll be your researchist.
I love that because you're extremely efficient at that. Really New Zealand on the nose, super New Zealand. Hey, why you do that? Do you want me to run downstairs to pour you some?
Sure.
Okay, coming down right away.
All right, so it sounds like they're family-owned winery. They have, I love when a winery has their story right on their website. Some of them don't, and they have such great stories. That's why we're here. Okay, so it's owned by Matt Mikulik and his wife, Rebecca. And their titles are President and Winemaker for Matt, and Rebecca, Boss of All the Things. I like this. See, that could be my title.
It's a little bit like home.
Boss of All the Things. I like it.
Boss of all things.
So they also own a winery and vineyard in Croatia. I love this. I love these people. So yeah, he's got a Bachelor of Science from California State of Fresno. Okay, and so Rebecca's passion for wine grew stronger when her parents moved to the Naramata Bench. That's a great place to live, in the middle of all the best wineries. Okay, and then they also do farming for a lot of other wineries in the Okanagan. So they do quite a lot. That's pretty cool. It does not say, though, when they started or how, but they do have their bios, which is awesome. So I guess we'll have to go meet them, Carl, and find out when and how they started.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to do that. They're like 25 minutes from home, so something that we can do after our next lunch at the Silva. So yeah, this is classic Sauvignon Blanc. This is classic New Zealand SB. Okay. Gooseberry on the nose, grassiness. this is like really, really classic. I can tell if you go on if you're still on their website, and you look at the sheet of their 2021 Sauv Blanc, this is stainless steel. There's no oak in there. This is purity. It's fresh. It's lime. Yeah, it's really like when I get my nose in there, I smell the truly classic Sauvignon Blanc.
I smell, if I keep smelling, I smell the fresh cut grass.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end. So I only flash this on. It's some other wine. It's not Canadian. So don't pay attention to the wine at all. But it's got the flavor profile there. So that's really interesting. And I don't see guava on there. So clearly they don't know what they're talking about.
There's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of residual sugar in there at the end. It turns out a little bit more like a tangerine. But there's a nice tangy lemon peel throughout. So yeah, it's bright acidity. There's a little bit of residual. It's fresh.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can find okay, so it's
here
on their website. Did you see the
There's
price?
a little bit of pear, there's a little bit of underripe pear as well that I get. This is a solid wine. I like the texture as well. That maybe they may have left it on the lees a tiny bit to give it a little extra texture. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Gooseberry, they say on their website. It's got gooseberry and lemongrass. Interesting. So did you check the price? Because this is always a fun game to play with Carl. Is he's pretty good at finding the price. And if
there's a good length, I would say they're selling that. I have absolutely no clue. I've never checked their website before. Nice. I would say if it's under $25, I will be impressed, and I'd get an extra point for good value. I would say $22.95.
You're pretty close, but no cigar. $19.90.
Whoa! Wow.
But this is where the tax comes in. BC wineries do all their taxes differently, so I don't
that's
know.
That's okay. At $19.90, hon, that's give us a wine at under $23. That is over deliver that mark. No brainer at all. This is a good wine for 23 all in. I'm telling you. There's purity of the fruit. There's a purity. There's a length, but it's not too light. Where I make a big difference with, let's say, what's her name? The big producer from New Zealand, Kim Crawford. Okay, so theirs has much more concentration. Same kind of flavor profile. We're talking about cut grass, we're talking about gooseberry, we're talking about lime. There's that really classic aromas and flavors. It's really classic, but there's more weight, and there's much more concentration than what they're offering. So it's mouth-watering acidity. Even if I feel a tiny bit of residual sugar, I will be curious to see what's the RS click at which level on this. I wouldn't be surprised to see 4.5 gram of residual sugar, which is very low. It's not high, but I kind of feel like a little bit of poached pear, or not poached, but poached apple, let's say, at the end. But it's appealing. It's well made. There's a little bit of weight, which does not make it just like boring. No, it's really good. Like, well done.
Well, here's the moment of truth. Let's hope that I'm talking about the same wine that you've got there. So is it?
Yeah,
this one?
exact same one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So on their website, that is $19.90. probably plus tax because more and more of them are.
Yeah. No, like 95% of the wineries now from BC are taxed, are not including tax.
Yeah,
but,
and it says this is our new wine. So I don't know if that means they've never done one before.
Maybe, and it's 2021. It was just bottled.
And maybe that's why they were so excited to share it with us. So that's awesome. I'm glad we went and picked it up last minute. That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so, this is definitely a 90-point wine. Definitely, no doubt.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's great when a winery does something new and then they do a great job at it.
Very good job.
Ken is better at me as the researchist. Ken, maybe we need to give you this title. Says the winery started in 2014. Okay, so 8 years old. So that's awesome. Thanks for finding that. Maybe I'm just bad at finding things on websites. Carl, time to speak to Three Sisters and get us a deal. I like it, Connie. I like your style. I like the way you're thinking. Totally. Next time. They're next to De Silva. We were actually there yesterday, next door, because De Silva.
And I went back today. The other next door at Upper Bench to pick up a bottle of Chardonnay, and I drove back right in front of it.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, I like that. Well done.
Right under your nose. You don't even know it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So I'm giving it a 90 plus.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm super pleased, especially at 1990.
Yeah. That's.
At 25, I was willing to give it an 89, 90, like 89 plus or something like that.
Yeah.
At 1990, it's a 90 plus. That's for sure. I love it. So we just did Naramata Bench. So I feel like changing region a little bit. Okay. And we'll come back on the bench a little later because I have Red Rooster and I have De Silva. So I have two more Sauv Blanc from the bench that I want to share, but not just yet. Let's move on. I want to go to the Similkameen Valley. Okay.
That's another one of our favorites down there, Crossroads.
Yes. So a brand new bottling.
Huh?
A brand new bottling here from Clos du Soleil.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. I didn't even know we had that.
Hey, me neither.
Was it in our cellar or did they send it to us?
No, it was at Savon.
Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome.
Because I thought that I was lacking a little bit of diversity. And I wanted to get something from a second one from OK Falls, and I wanted to get. There's a few very specific things, and especially because I ran out of Riverstone Sauvignon Blanc. That I believe I will see if it changed tonight, but so far this year there's not one Sauvignon Blanc that topped Riverstone Sauvignon Blanc. This is my top SB this year. It was a 2020 vintage. At some point, Mira, if you have the tasting notes and the score, it's at least a 92 points. I can't remember if I scored it higher than that, but I have not tasted a better Sauvignon Blanc than Riverstone this year.
I will find that for you right now.
But I wanted to go check. I thought there was more at Savon. So I went down in Penticton, but unfortunately, I couldn't find one. But okay. I'm gonna okay. So here we go. Here, wait a second. This is not a 100% Sauvignon Blanc here.
Oh,
there's any way, shape, or form that can be 100% Sauvignon Blanc, and I'll tell you why. There's the white Bordeaux blend, the white Meritage. classic blend of Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon. There's some Semillon in there, and there's a healthy part. I don't know.
How do you know this?
Because I know it. I smell
it. You freak.
I smelled it. I smelled the Semillon. I smell it. So there's no way. If you want it after you give me the Riverstone, you can check Clos du Soleil Fumé Blanc 2021.
I'm going there right now. To find this out. Okay.
There's no way that's 100% varietal. And I'm fine with that, because one of the story why Sauvignon Blanc became so popular around the world, there's a few reasons, but in France, in the most famous wine region in the world, in Bordeaux, the white blend is a blend of Sauvignon Blanc, Semillon, and in some case Muscat. But
Muscat, really? See, it's kind of along the lines of things I like. Interesting.
So yeah, no, this is definitely a white Bordeaux blend. This is definitely a white Meritage.
Okay, well, first thing it says on their website about this Fumé 2021 Clos du Soleil Fumé Blanc, okay, that you've got there. It says Clos du Soleil's Fumé Blanc is a full-flavored aromatic take on Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon.
There you go.
This is why I married you. You smell out the wines. You tell me things. It's good.
No, it was clear to me. But now I want to see. And what, did they give you the proportions?
No.
No? There's at least 25-30% of Semillon in there. But.
Nice. Well, for it to, I mean, they don't call it a Sauv Blanc, right? So I guess, because for it to be called a Sauv Blanc, it has to have at least 70%, right? But they don't call it Sauv Blanc. So, okay, so they were vinified separately. All were left to age on the lees in tank and in barrel for 4 months, then a final blending.
There's definitely barrels in there. I can feel it, can taste it. This is a very good wine.
Says,
I think I paid 25.
In the winery's tasting notes, it talks about guava. So I got to go taste this one.
It's a very good wine. I like it. Right on the verge of probably 90. It's close to a 90 points, if it's not 90 on the dot to me. I like the brightness. It's bright. It's sharp. No, not sharp. Sharp is not the right, because there's a roundness around the edge brought by the oak. There's a little bit touch of vanilla. There's definitely some grassiness in there. That's no brainer. There's some melon, but there's a really good dose of minerality. I got some saltiness on my lip. I got my teeth. I got that.
You know what they call it on their tasting notes? They say wisps of gunflint.
There you go.
So that minerality, that's an interesting way of looking at it. Wisps of gunflint.
Yeah. I would not have described it that way, but everyone is entitled to describe the way
it's like me and my guavas, right? Me and my guavas.
Exactly. There's some melon, definitely some tropical fruit, but I love the backbone, the structure of the Semillon, who brought some lots of back body. So yeah, really good. It's a 89 plus to a 90 points.
That's awesome. Hey, I just was chatting with Connie, who won the ENOVINO earlier, and she says, Mira, you always ask the questions I would ask. Thank you, Connie. That is an awesome compliment. See,
that's why I married you.
I am the foil to Carl Boucher. I did not spend the last 30 years tasting wines every single day, like at all hours. And I just spent the last 1 or 2 years tasting wines. And I basically am the opposite of Carl. So that's why I'm here. It's to ask those hard questions, Carl, like how and why, and I don't get it. And
no, absolutely. And that's why. No, and we had that conversation like a few days ago, the show, you bring such a different dimension to the show. It will be too geeky if I was on my own. It will be just too serious. You bring just the right perspective to bring along people like Connie, people like, there's so many people that watch our show and they connect with you first, because you're the connector. You're absolutely the connector between the members and my nose. So
and on that note, I've got to go. See you guys later. I have to go drop off the kids to their movie night with their friends and their babysitter and everyone. So I will be back in 25 minutes or so.
At the most, you need you to come back. You know what I'm going to do while you're away? I think I'm going to do the 2020 versus the 2021 versus the 2021 Lakeside Cellar. So I'm going to talk vintage typicity between both, and we'll keep the rest from when you come back. So I'll let you bolt. You go ahead. Hey,
so what this means is when I come back, I get to go have 2 glasses of wine side by side and tell you what I think.
Absolutely. But can you please stay on so I can go to the bathroom?
Oh, no, you're not allowed.
Jesus Christ.
I added that to the contract, and I didn't tell you. I thought you'd read it.
But guess what? I never read contracts, and that's why I should. That's why I married you to read, because that's why we pay you the big bucks around here.
If you are listening and you have not yet said hi in the comments, please do that, because we're about to pick out another prize winner for
when you come back. When you come back, I'll get the comment box filled. But while you're away, so okay.
Well, then we'll do it when I come back too. But right now we're doing it for while you go to the bathroom. So go fast, Carl Boucher. All right, let's see if we can see this. Can you guys see this this bad boy here? Let's make it smaller. So Connie never wins, and she won. So I'm telling you guys, this is a good show to win things on, because not many people are brave enough to leave a comment. So if you do, guess what? You can win something pretty cool. All right, so here we go. Leslie in Calgary. That is awesome, Leslie. Leslie once won some really fun things when we were doing this as well. So I'm super happy for you, Leslie. I am going to reach out to you. Leslie, congratulations. Awesome. And now I'm off. Come here, Gabby, and show them what you're wearing to this movie night. Look at this, guys. Boom.
Unicorn.
What are you? A unicorn?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Turn so we can see your there you go. Look, your eyes, see? Very good.
Unicorn horn.
That's right, your unicorn horn. Awesome. So I hope you guys keep enjoying your Sauv Blancs. Let's see where Carl gets back here. Exit solo. There we go. Thanks, Connie. I've got 3 like that. So if anybody ever needs a spare, no, I'm kidding. Yes. So I'm super excited to taste the rest of these Sauv Blancs with you guys. Yay, Leslie, you are still on. You won. You won an ENOVINO. These things. I don't think you have one yet, or maybe you do, and you can always give this as a gift. They make great gifts. And I was telling Connie, who won the one earlier, it's an aerator, and I swear the difference it makes for a wine is amazing, and it's instant, unlike decanting. So it's a great party trick, because you can pour someone a glass with it and without it. You can even do it blind and see if they can tell the difference. And I feel like there's a huge difference in the aromas and how rounded out it is. Don't do it on your old wines, though, because then you'll just like age them an extra 10 years and they might be spent. But yeah, I was saying I got 3 unicorns over here. So if anybody needs a spare one,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're free. They're free for Friday night. They're free. Okay, you go.
All right, we'll see you real soon. Have fun, you guys. Cheers. Happy Sauv Blanc Day.
Happy Sauv Blanc Day. We'll see you back in half an hour. There you go. There you go. So Clos du Soleil, 89 plus to 90 points. 89 plus to 90. So yeah, it's a more on the Meritage, on the white Meritage. This is the white Bordeaux assemblage. I would say, I think probably 70%, 65% Sauvignon Blanc, 35, 30% Semillon. Good, bright, crisp, with some nice roundness around it. So it was pretty interesting to for the Similkameen Valley. So now what I want to do before we move on, just want to recap a few Sauv Blanc that I tasted this year, and there's two who absolutely jumped off the page for me. And I mentioned Riverstone earlier, like 5 minutes ago. Riverstone 2020 Sauvignon Blanc was probably my top sub SB that I tasted. But also from Summerland, the Giant Head Cannon View Sauvignon Blanc 2019 vintage was also very, very fantastic. Nice dose of oak, rich, round, tropical, and an incredible length. So Cannon View here, Sauvignon Blanc from Giant Head Cannon View was an outstanding Sauvignon Blanc, probably according to Mira, her favorite. But yeah, also which other? Oh, Kronos SB was one of the one that I really, really enjoyed so far this year. It's probably like a 91 points to me. It was really, really well made. The purity, really pure, shining, bright, mouth-watering acidity. So some of the three who comes to mind that I tasted so far this year. And in terms of bubbly, I think that that Lakeshore Vineyard from Lakeside Cellars probably the top Sauv Blanc bubbly that I had the chance to work with in the last couple of years. Not a ton of Sauvignon Blanc bubbly, and what they're doing at Lakeside, absolutely fantastic. So now let's move back to Lakeside, and we're gonna taste the 2020 vintage versus the 2021. So I've got my two glasses here. Let's do 2021 on this one, and let's do the 2020 in this glass. There's a big difference in color right out of the gate. You guys can see it. Wow. That's pretty outstanding difference here, right? Okay. 2020 versus 2021. 2021 was just bottled, I would say 2 months ago. Sat at the warehouse for a month to get rid of the bottle shock, and but it's impressively clear. There's no yellow color at all into that. Again, if you just tune in, look at the difference of color. Absolutely mind-boggling. Same wine, same single vineyard, and as far as I know, the winemaker always usually proceed fairly much the same way in every single vintage to keep a certain a style, a house style. So Okay, so here we're on feel some wood, a little bit of wood in there. There's probably some barrel, a little bit of barrel aging, I would say. But lots of lime, definitely. Lots of herbaceousness. That's crazy. This is just so tropical. The 2021 is so tropical on the nose. Just like scream melon, cantaloupe. I would almost like think like it's kind of like confused with the Pinot Gris on the nose. Like there's some peaches in there. Much brighter, more focus, more precision on the 2021. Mouth-watering, really, really mouth-watering. A little bit more on the lemonade, lime. Yeah, it's crazy because there's much more lemon peel on the palate than there's the tropical on the palate and the nose of the 2021 completely different. So, and you know, I'm surprised to see that kind of color on the 2020. I did not remember to have something like this. Is like oak Chardonnay, aged Chardonnay color. That it's mind-boggling. So let's talk a little bit about the 2021 vintage. 2021 here in the Okanagan, there's such it was a difficult vintage in so many different aspects. Everyone saw on the news the forest fire. Like wildfire were all over the valley, and there was very specific spot in the valley, especially West Kelowna and Osoyoos, and also a very on the Skaha Hill. There was very specific spot where some major, and also Okanagan Falls near McLean Creek Road. So Okanagan Falls, Osoyoos, West Kelowna, and Skaha Hills were some of the major spots for wildfire. So as you've seen, have you heard, have you read, some of the major wineries already have announced that they're not going to make any wines from 2021 vintage. From these producer, Blue Mountain was the first one to announce that they were canceling any production from the 2021 vintage. They are focusing on Chardonnay Pinot Noir from Okanagan Falls, followed by the iconic Riesling producer, Synchromesh. Alan Dickinson last week came out and said there's not going to be any production of Synchromesh this year. So these are big decisions. So 2021 was not kind in terms of forest fire. The worst year we had in 25 years for winemaking, because some of these fires were really nearby source of grapes, especially the one in OK Falls and Osoyoos as well, whereas the Inkimik as a major one, the one that we had early in the season near Inkimik Creek down south in Osoyoos. This one affected some other wineries that I know, and it's so fun. It's not funny at all, but it's so weird. And I was down there last week, and I was tasting wines at Desert Hills, and I tasted their 2021 Chardonnay. Clean, and one of the great 2021 Chardonnay that will be on the market very soon. I tasted 2 different bottles, super clean, fantastic Chard. On the other end, we're tasting some Gamay, and the Gamay had some smoke taint. So not sure if they're going to release it, they keep working on it or whatever it is. But anyway, some wineries will go forward, and we can't blame wineries to go ahead and try to save a vintage that if they don't make any production in one full vintage, that they will not be able to survive. So yeah, and that doesn't mean if there's maybe one kind of wine that have a little smoke taint that all of their wines are tainted. And I had the greatest example under my eyes when I was at Desert Hills. So hopefully I'll have the chance to taste a little bit more from Desert Hills later, because I really like what they're doing. So they're in Oliver. So I have a question here from Archer. Archer, is there any idea on the percentage in Okanagan that makes unoak versus fumé? I don't see much in Niagara. I would say more and more the fumé is a style who's coming back with a vengeance. Much more fumé are coming, and I see the increase every year now, and especially in the last 3 years. Every year there is a healthy, some new wine, some new fumé coming. Winemaker like to throw a batch of Sauvignon Blanc into barrels, like to ferment a small quantity in barrels. So why? Because it gives a total different perspective into the wine, a completely different delivery, a completely different approach into flavor profiles and aromas. So in terms of percentage, this is a very good question, Archer. Let's see. Much easier. First and foremost, it's much easier to produce a New Zealand style unoak Sauvignon Blanc. Much faster, much easier, less costly, and it's a quick turnaround, right? So if you look at bigger producer, if you look at bulk wine, I would say yes, the majority of the bulk Sauvignon Blanc or the bigger producer at the lower price point, it's at probably a 90% of this category are on unoaked. Now, when we're talking about more high-end, higher price point, that's where you got the fumé, because the usage of barrel, because it doesn't hit the market as fast. So it's much more costly in labor, in time, in dollar investment, and also in wood. So in terms of percentage, I wouldn't be surprised to see 30% of the high, maybe even more, 35% of the high-end category. Let's put it between, let's say, between $25 and $40 Sauvignon Blanc. I even wouldn't be surprised to see 50-50 split from the Okanagan. They have the weather, they have the degree day, they have everything you want to do to bring your Sauvignon Blanc into a full ripeness before throwing it in barrel and make a real Fumé Blanc style. So for the premium category, I wouldn't be surprised that 50-50 will be a split of Fumé versus unoaked. But in the entry level, I would say 90% will be unoaked. That's my guess. We'll dig into some Fumé right after. I think I'm going to go with probably with the Silva next. So Ken McAllis, Ken is Xavier just joined us. Xavier, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Sauvignon Blanc Day. Can't wait to hear what you have in your glass tonight. If you're stick with Canadians, SB, or you went with something international, something New Zealand, something maybe Loire Valley, something maybe Bordeaux with that nice blend of Semillon. in Sauvignon Blanc. So let me know what's in your glass tonight. Xavier, brand new in BC, just moved from Toronto. So welcome. And hopefully you're having a good Sauvignon Blanc day. Hopefully you enjoy your evening. Cam, Clos du Soleil has had Fumé Blanc for quite a few years now. It's a great wine. Agree with you. Clos du Soleil has been such a consistent producer in the from the Similkameen. Year in and year out, good vintage or not, Clos du Soleil produced outstanding wines, but very, very consistent. House style wise, predictable in the sense that there's no big surprise on what they're producing. Always expect high level production. That very specific bottle that I just tasted from Clos du Soleil. Oops, on the other side though. But I would really solid, 89 plus, near the 90 points. And I would say I'm totally with you, Ken. If you have a night that you want to have a little like grilled fish or anything shellfish, Clos du Soleil Fumé Blanc, it's always a good selection. Really classic Bordeaux style of offering. So speaking about the 2021 vintage, so I talk a little bit about the forest fire, and also another thing really impacted the 2021 vintage. It's the early heat wave that we have. Late June, early July, we got some temperature around the 40 degrees for 6-7 days, and even went like to 50 degrees down in the Sawyers and Oliver for some time. So it was an extreme heat that we are not used, will probably had never happened that early in the season to get stuck with a heat dome. And it had an impact. Obviously, it had an impact on the vines, because in regular year and even in wacky year, you never get that much heat and for that long early in the season. So what happened? The vine shut down right in the middle of right late June. Stop photosynthesis. It stopped, completely stopped for a week. So they had to you have to water your plant more. It delays the progression of the fruit, but also sometimes can burn the grape, and it throws so many different problems to the farmers. So yeah, it was a big challenge. Some of the vines also saw a quick increase in maturity very early on. So that was a problem to manage sugar versus acidity versus phenolic ripeness. So they got some problem with this completely disjointed curve of growth. So 2021 was I would say was more of a problem for the white, and I saw a little bit more residual sugar in certain region than others into their new 2021 bottling. So here in the Sauvignon Blanc, we don't have that residual sugar conversation here. Very dry. So we're talking about Osoyoos here, 2021. Let's remember the Nkemik Creek fire. This is clean. This is super clean. There's no smoke taint in there. Smell classic gooseberry, but no, this is all in tropical fruit. Melon. Mira will scream guava. A little bit of grassiness, not too much. Super appealing on the nose, really appealing. If I have to choose between both vintages, I would say 2021 is really appealing right now. Super sexy nose. 2020 is a turn a little muted. So I'm suspecting that bottle may have had a little problem. If you look at these two colors, how so different and so quick in 1 year difference, that wine turned to a deep yellow. So I have a hard time rating that wine because it had a flat finish as well. Not cork. It's under screw cap. There's no cork taint. It's not about that. I just seen like it turned like pretty flat on the back end. It's kind of bite though. Much more legs. So that's so different. These two are completely at the opposite of the spectrum. I'm not sure if they had a problem. This here, now developing a little bit more. As much as at the beginning, it was all citrus on the palate, very different from the nose. Much more tropical flavors are developing right now. So nice. I will choose the 2021. I really enjoy 2021. I would go probably from 89 to 90 plus between the two. So 1.5 difference, I think, is that much that I prefer the 2021 vintage of Lakeside still wine, because we had the 2020 bubbles, we're on the 90 plus, really good, really pinpoint, beautiful acidity, and these two still 2020 versus 2021. I will go personally with the 2021. I still want to see the tasting notes for the 2020, if was any oak fermenting. There's a little something different in the 2020 that I don't see in the 2021. So I would like to know the technical sheet. I will do a little bit more research after, but it's they're so different for two back-to-back vintage. Clearly, there was a change of philosophy in between 2020 to 2021. Maybe 2021, with the growing season, brought some challenge that they wanted to do something different. So we'll see. But yeah, 2021, right out of the gate, showed beautiful. So Xavier is saying that, have you tried any Sauv Blanc from Lake Erie, North Shore? Sort of rare, but cru. Colchester Ridge, make it in a decent oak Sauv Blanc style using local fruit. So Xavier, I have not tasted cru. I just tasted Mouchadre, and Mouchadre Sauvignon Blanc is really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Lighter style of Sauvignon Blanc. And funny enough, Melissa sent me a couple bottles extra. I was supposed to have one open tonight, and I'm not sure if I should say that live, but anyway, I'll say it. We lost our mailbox key, our community mailbox here, because Summerland, where we live on by the lake, there's that box, community mailbox, that we all have our key. We lost it, and we're going to receive the replacement on Monday. I got my notification that my package arrived this afternoon, and it was placed in my community box, and I don't have the darn key to open it to grab my bottle. So my bottle of Lake Erie North Shore Sauv Blanc from Mouchadre is sitting right here at the corner, at the corner of the street right here, sitting there over the weekend. I can't freaking open my my box. So I'm waiting for Monday to get my replacement key so I can open. But yes, I tasted fruits, Sauvignon Blanc from Lake Erie, North Shore. I'm a big fan of that appellation. I want to taste more. I want to taste some different producer. I fell in love with Mouchadre. I fell in love with the personality of the family. I fell in love with what they do. Melissa is an absolute gem. Their wine are so well priced. Their red are so ripe, and they over deliver across the board. And yeah, Carl's Wine Club members were raved on Facebook. Everyone who received their package sent some raving reviews about it. So Crew should be one of my next ones. Get Thank you, Daryl. Get multiple keys. I know that. And by the way, I say I lost my key. This is because I back my wife on that one. I back her, and I'm not going to mention that. Anyway, I did not lose the key, but I will say live that I lost the key. Get it? I did not, but I did. Fine. Yeah, we can't find the mail key. So anyway, but she's such a workhorse that right away she got on it and she ordered the new keys through the whole thing. But yeah, should be crowbar can work. I know, Archer. I know. I thought about that at 4 o'clock. I was like, I really wanted to have that wine for the show tonight. And I brought a couple of alternate solution, and none were approved. There was no, let's wait until Monday. And I brought a couple different solutions. I won't say that crowbar was one of them, but that was pretty similar. Were not approved by the board of direction of the family. Let's put it that way. So yeah, here we are. Mother's Day beware. You're darn right, Daryl. So collecting points here until Sunday night. So after that, I can maybe, I don't know, take a day or two, and I'm just joking, book a couple round of golf without, or maybe not. But yeah, so Xavier, you're right. And recommended visiting the area. It's so small and compact. You can see most of it within 2 days. Yeah, I heard so many great things about Lake Erie, North Shore appellation, that I'm not sure that we're going to be able to go there because we're flying out to Niagara on June 20th. June 24th is the party at Bellaterra. We're going to do an extra day of touring with members that we're putting the lineup together. I'm hoping for Westcott, 13th Street. Also Siouan. There's 3 of our stops that we want to do with the Carl's Wine Club bus, plus another one. But I have Melissa Mouchadre. She's planning to come visit for the party on the 24th. So it should be pretty fun to bring a few other winemaker, winery owner to the party. I know there's some invite extended to multiple friends of Carl's Wine Club to join us on the 24th of June there. And also, for people who don't know, Rob Amersley and Michelle, owner of Black Market Wine Company, are flying to Toronto, are flying to Niagara to be part of Carl's Wine Club's party on June 24th. After that, we're hosting our party here in the Okanagan at Black Market, where Marcel and Lou from Bellaterra are flying out there as well. So yes, Mike, Melissa, she has not 100% confirmed. Last time I had a conversation with her, she was thinking seriously about coming down and meet in person, meet the members. And I know that she started to do a few things with Marcel as well regarding Marcel's new project. the new little bottle shop that they are opening in a couple of weeks in Niagara as well. So Melissa and Marcel were in contact. So Moosehead Rewind are going to be represented in Niagara as well. So some pretty cool stuff are happening right now. And just Carl's Wine Club being in the middle of all that kind of mixed relationship between different regions, between different provinces. It is so gratifying. It is so cool to be part of that movement where this is not competition anymore. This is all growth. This is all sharing the same goal to build that pretty darn cool Canadian wine community. So yeah. Okay, let's get back to Sauvignon Blanc. We are, I'm done here with Lakeside. Again, the 2021, I'm just going to write it down here. Lakes 2021 versus 2020 Lakeside Cellar. I would say 89, 91 plus. Well done, Lakeside. I mean, I really, really like the 2021 vintage. So now let's do. Okay, here, I'll put that in your hand now. I have Mayhem from Okanagan Falls. We have Black Market Wine Company from Caledon, Wild Goose from OK Falls, the Silva Maverick, Calliope, French Door, or Red Rooster. What should I do next? You guys tell me. The first one in the comments, tell me which next I'm opening. I leave that in your hand. Yes. Who's going to be the first one? Red Rooster, Xavier. I like it. 2020. Red Rooster, Sauvignon Blanc. I love their new label. Okay, so Red Rooster. We'll do the Silva a little later. Thanks, Mike. So I really like the new label that Red Rooster are using. This is clever. It's just showing the soil, the grapes, and the ferment, the vessel. So I really like what they're doing here. So Red Rooster, located on the Naramata Bench, right next door to Little Engine, just before arriving to Hillside Estate. Less than 5 minutes from the Silva. The difference here, it's not Naramata Bench fruit. These are Oliver fruits. So there's definitely no oak in there. This is bright. This is fresh. But it's also there's a lot of melon, a lot of tropical on the nose. This is not like that pure gooseberry grassiness New Zealand style. Got my nose in there. This is much more tropical. Super approachable. A little bit of a mandarin or blood orange, jasmine. Oh, there's a nice bite. There's a really nice. It starts with melon. It starts with tropical fruit, and shift after the mid palate. Shift to a nice, crunchy acidity, but also a lemon lime peel for the finish. So I like that style. I really like it. To me, oh yeah, I love it. This is quenchable. This is super summery, easy drinking. Yeah, approachable is one of my favorite term for that wine. sexy, really sexy. That's mango on the nose. Yeah, mango, blood orange, that's what come out. So this is super easy drinking. There's a nice bite, a nice length. So I believe that Mira should be back in a few minutes here, dropping the kids to their movie night at school. But I will be intrigued to see the price. So if anyone here can help me and Google Red Rooster 2020 Sauvignon Blanc and tell me the price, I'm hoping for something under $24 a bottle. I would say 24 will be my my line of satisfaction. If it's under, if I have to bet the under over 24 and a half, I would bet under 24 and a half. I hope, because that's where I see my money worth. This is not a premium Sauvignon Blanc. It should be an affordable version of it. But if the price point is right, I love that. I love that in the sense that it's fruity. It's not uber complex, but it's, again, sexy, easy drinking, bright. It's fluid. Like there's like, yeah, and I like the little crunchiness at the end. So yeah, if anyone can give me Red Rooster price point, hopefully they still have some on their website. I know they're going to bottle. Seems to be $21. So I like that. At $21, I really like that. So what I would like to do, because here I have, remember we tasted the Three Sisters. We tasted the Three Sisters earlier in the show. They are 5 minutes apart on the bench. Okay. Both are stainless steel. But what I'm seeing here is the Three Sisters are using Naramata bench fruits, and I have Oliver fruit. It's a different vintage though. That's a difference. But price point, if we compare both side by side, yeah, okay, that there's a world of difference here. This is the Three Sisters is much more Sauvignon. It's much more New Zealand style, much more. I have much more tropical fruit here. But there's more concentration on the Three Sister. Much more easy drinking on the Red Rooster. Different style. I like the little burst at the end with the Red Rooster. Delivers an absolute summer sipper for the Red Rooster, no doubt about that. 89 plus again, right on the verge of the 90 point. Very well priced. Let's see what I give to the Three Sister, a 90 plus. Yeah, I would give the Red Rooster a 90. Also well priced. Maybe the little $2, the little $2 difference here. Three Sisters a little cheaper than $2, but much more concentration. So there's a difference between bench fruit and all over fruit, especially for Sauvignon Blanc. So yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they farm the fruit to Three Sisters. So yeah, really nice comp, but it's not 100% comp. You can't do that. There's different vintage here, but price point versus 100% varietal, two different style. More Sauvignon, more New Zealand on the Three Sisters, and much more a little tropical, easy drinking, beautiful, like yeah, summer sipper, party wine for the Red Rooster. I remember tasting it last year and thinking, holy moly, this wine is just going so easy. Archer said $18 on the wine shop website. So hey, we have the boss just came back. So let's stop talking about she's back.
Yeah,
So
the bosses are back.
The boss is.
Who's the boss? No.
Who's the boss? The boss of all. The boss of all.
Woo!
So what were the kids?
What kids?
The drop off.
Oh, yeah, I left them at the school. I thought you said, where are the kids?
No,
we have more? No. I dropped them off at the school. We paraded around. They were doing a movie night at the school. And our middle one bought a massive teddy bear that's bigger than Carl. And so we paraded around with that. Like, it takes 2 or 3 people to carry it until we could find a seat. It was quite funny.
Yeah, absolutely. He likes the attention. Huh? So anyway,
awesome. Yes.
So I just we just
what do you got here?
I just did the Red Rooster, and because they're 5 minutes apart with Three Sisters, I just put them side by side. After that, I just wanted to see the difference. So Red Rooster, a real party wine. Like, it is just so easy drinking.
Yeah. Hey, have you tried this one yet? We had it a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, I know.
So at the kids' school, this guy who started it, Jason Shull, I think, his sister-in-law was there.
Oh,
and they're friends with our kids. Kind of cool being in the Okanagan. Now we get to know all the people on a different level. So
that's Red Rooster.
Oh, that is fun.
That's the sexy nose. That's the Mother's Day nose.
Yes. So almost floral. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I get lots of tropical. There's like when you. I see the difference on the nose here.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's that New Zealand style. So.
And which one is this?
That's a Three Sister.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they're similar in price point, so that's why I wanted to. These are different of vintage though. 2021 for Three Sisters and 2020 for. But I remember last year when they released the Sauv Blanc at Red Rooster. I remember my first thinking it was like, this is such a party wine, so easy drinking, quenchable, great price point. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go take my spot.
So we did the side by side for Lakeside as well.
Are they sparkling in the still?
No, the two still.
Oh, the two still.
Yeah.
2020, and they're different. They're the same. How are they?
So while we are all there, let's see what Mira think. This is a quiet of a difference here. 2021. Okay. And look at that. Don't move.
Don't want to lose track of which one's which.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yo, oh my gosh, they're totally different color. The color is so different.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
We'll hide that. We'll hide the score, and we'll see
which one did you say this is?
The 2020 is the golden one.
The golden one is the older one. Okay.
One vintage older.
Mm-hmm. So, cool. Okay. This is a yes on the Mira scale. Okay.
Okay. Much more tropical, right?
And I have to say that's also a yes. And because of the nose on this one, I think I would go with this one.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah. Here, I give a bigger edge than you. I was a 91 plus versus 89.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So you can sit for a second.
The nose on this one is pretty amazing, and also like one of the things that I've learned tasting with Carl is just that when a wine comes together and has kind of like a harmony, that's when you know it's a good wine. And he's talked about it in the sense that a wine can make sense in your brain, and that tells you that it's built well. And this one makes a lot of sense to me because the nose of flavors kind of go together, and there's also really nice length. So there's Mira's take on it, Mira's rating scale. If I had to say how many glasses, because you guys all know Carl's rating scale, he probably explained it, right? If he says, 90 points is kind of like where a wine is starting to really exceed the expectations. 89 points is a solid wine. 88 points and below, it's because he's starting to take away points to say, okay, not quite long enough, not quite something, right? And we generally don't go live and talk about the ones that are under 88 or 87 points because there's just so many great ones that, that's the ones we focus on. But anyway, mine is not so well thought out, my rating scale. It's just literally, do I like it or not? Yes or no? And if I like it, how many glasses of wine do I want to have of it? Or bottles or magnums or Nebuchadnezzars. You guys know Nebuchadnezzars? It's like a 15-liter bottle, huge bottle, big as a big child or something. Yes, so there's maybe only even a couple wines that I would say they're like Nebuchadnezzars on the Mira scale. And this one, Xavier says, yeah, you know about Nebuchadnezzars. Okay, good. And so this one, what's it on the Mira scale? I'd say it's a wine that I want to drink 2 or 3 glasses if that's what I'm having with maybe dinner on a hot patio in the summer, and maybe more. I have good company, and it's a wine that I could, budgets aside and diets aside, if I could, I want probably a case or 2 for my collection over the summer. This is a solid one I really like. But then I could probably go and say that about quite a few of them that we're trying tonight, because I'm sure.
Are you saying that the 2021 Lakeside?
Yeah, no, this is the one you just, the 2021.
21, yeah.
It's such an easy sipper. And so on the Mira scale, this is 3 glasses, solid, maybe 4, because if I'm sitting on a patio and I'm just sipping wine and it's a hot summer day, I love it. It's super easy to drink. And then I was saying there are maybe 1 or 2 wines I've tasted that are Nebuchadnezzars. You probably know what those are.
The 15 liters?
The 15 liters. So I said, and then Xavier's just saying, I remember having to memorize most of those for the sommelier exam. The different sizes of bottles have names, and they're like fun names. Nebuchadnezzar is the 15 liter. I think that's the biggest one. There might be a Balthazar.
No, the Balthazar, I think, is a 5 liter.
It's a 5 liter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also the name of the ship on the Matrix, Nebuchadnezzar. Also the name of someone in the Bible. Also the name that my grandfather gave to his godson one time when he had a little bit too much to drink. They asked him what they should name his middle name, and he said Nebuchadnezzar. He thought it was funny, but they actually named him.
Just gonna go and cheat there.
Whoops. You're gonna go empty your spit bucket?
Yes.
There you go.
The old house.
How many more wines do you need to taste, Carl Boucher? Okay, well, we're going to get you rapid firing here. You guys are going to get the rapid fire Carl, because he's got 8 or 10 more to taste, which is awesome.
Rapid fire.
Well, we'll see you in a second.
Rapid fire.
Well, you're good at that. And
rapid fire. Sure. Rapid fire. You coming back to get some wine? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's do Maverick. There you go. Maverick, the brand new 2021. There you go. Okay, there's lots of complexity here. Oh, okay. Right back there.
Thank you, my dear.
Maverick.
And what are we doing after that? Rapid fire, Carl.
Rapid fire. Wait a minute. Let's do Maverick 1 and Maverick. So let's do Wild Goose.
Okay. I've never had Wild Goose. I don't. So that's perfect.
There you go. Wild Goose.
Thank you.
And Maverick. So Maverick. Oh, complex on the nose. So here. So for people, I want to make sure that everyone sees the bottle here. Okay. So the new 2021, I like the 2020. I have a big expectation for the 2021. I'm not gonna lie to you. To be honest, everything I've tasted from Maverick, everything. I did not have one disappointment. Pretty much every wine over-delivered my expectation. Extremely well priced. Let's talk about the Rubaeus, the Crossroads Chardonnay. It's concentrated, was so good. Obviously, the Bush Vine Syrah absolutely blew my socks off. One of the top point of the year. Still, we're now in May. It's right in the top 3 still. The new rosé that I just tasted last week, fantastic and good, solid 92. What else? There's the carbonic maceration, the carbonic Syrah that I did not 100% get the whole thing, but I know it's a thing right now. I need to taste it again just to find like at some point to wrap my whole head around that whole carbonic one. But 99.9% of the portfolio at Maverick over deliver my expectation every time. So now I'm on the 2021 Sauvignon Blanc. Clearly, there's some barrels on the nose. It's clear here, but there's also a nice gooseberry. It's not overpowering though, subtle, but it's there. There's some melon. If you dig through the gooseberry to the oak, you got that. You got that melon. I don't know if Mira will get any guava in there. I'm just waiting for a call on the guava. Hey, what about you? Turn your light up the fire, baby.
Yeah.
Come on. Hey, we have no kids at home. Can you please turn that fireplace on?
Boom. Boom. But you can't see it, can you?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I just did.
Arthur's saying, thanks, Carl. Bushvine Syrah is going to $60. Just kidding, but stop talking about it. I know, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. Next week, a $14.95 wine, including tax, with all the things you would expect from a $25 to $30 wine. It was something else. Coming next week. And free shipping.
And free shipping. There you go. So, and it's a Chardonnay. Boom!
Okay, so this is the fabulous thing about me, Carl. I've already forgotten which one was which. So, no, I'll tell you. The Maverick, I smelled it upstairs. It has such an interesting nose that I'm pretty sure this is the Maverick. It has a complex, bursting, flavorful nose. So,
okay. Now we're heading into the complexity.
This is the Maverick.
Okay. What we've had earlier, it feels like if I pre-tasted them and we went to the lighter style at the beginning, and it was nice. It was all fluffy, all summery, and all like, no, this is serious. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I can smell it from the nose, and I do get a little bit of guava on this Maverick one. I do.
Okay, put that in the note. A little bit of guava. No, because there's that subtle gooseberry. There's a definite grassiness, but not overpowering. And when I dig a little bit at the surface, you go down and you get melon, and you get, so the nose is very well developed, and the palate is really complex. It's deep, it's rich. Is it something? Okay, here. There's different reason why you drink Sauvignon Blanc. Sometimes, if it's a warm day outside, you want to go to party wine, you want to go something a little lighter, just quaffable. This is not what, this is complexity in the glass. This is rich, this is deep, this is
Maverick.
This is dinner time, this is serious. I can smell that. You know, sometimes when I sit and I watch the hockey game, or I watch a baseball game, and I just smell, and I don't even spit anything, I just smell for hours. That's that type of wine. There's so many layers. This is extremely complex.
Wow, that is cool. And what's interesting about trying all these Sauv Blancs side by side, Carl, for me anyway, that I don't know as much about wine as you do, is I'm learning a lot. Like, it's fascinating that it's the same grape, and yet they're so different. And yet there's these pieces that tie it together, right?
So
this one's unique to me. I've only tasted 6. You've probably tasted more than me tonight, but
we tasted.
Oh, it's their flagship white. That's good to know.
We tasted French Door this week. I'm gonna retaste it there. But from my first, okay, Maverick and French Door has the same type of complexity, the same type of density. Where it's changed, it's Maverick has that bright acidity throughout the wine, all the way till the end. With French Door, I lose that acidity at some point, and it gets a little heavy. So
I get what you're saying with this. So with this, what I'm seeing, the finish is still going. I finished my sip a while ago, so it's got a really long finish. But okay, we're doing an interpretive dance, if I may. Okay, this wine shape is like.
Oh, she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
The finish, anyway. The finish, it just keeps crescendoing out, but then it feels really homey too at the same time. So with the acidity, like, I keep getting a lift and a lift and a lift at the end. Do you get that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got it throughout from start to finish. There's definitely some wood involved in that. Without that solid frame of acidity all the way through, that amount of wood might be invasive. It is not in this case, because the acidity sustained the whole thing across the board. And yeah, I love that. It's taking, so far, I think that takes the lead. Yeah, I have Xavier here. So Maverick also makes a good Chardonnay. Listen, Xavier, the Crossroads Chardonnay, and I tasted it in January. I think I gave it a 92 points. It's rich, it's really dense. I see the house style here, and it's a very, very good. It's a very, very good exercise that I had these wines, let's say, like in 4 or 5 months period, that the density, the concentration, I see a similarity between the Crossroads Chardonnay and the Sauvignon Blanc in terms of house style. Stylistically, there's a density, there's a richness, there's complexity. Things are compact. So,
and that Crossroads Chardonnay has quite the following. We had a few members that said, that's all I'm getting. They ordered a few cases each, so it's amazing.
Absolutely. So yes. So I think so far from where I'm at that stage of the night, 7:37 Pacific, Maverick is taking the lead here with the highest score. This is a 92 points. Yeah. 92 plus.
It's super interesting. It reminds me a lot of the Riverstone one. that we tried, and you gave 93 points too. Oh, and Arthur's asking about the barrel program at Maverick. So maybe Caitlin knows a bit about that, because that's a pretty detailed question.
Mira, can you tell me? I don't know if the 2021 is already on the website, because I want to repeat.
Yeah.
I want to repeat to everyone. I don't go through any technical sheet or anything before these kind of tasting. I could have tasted the Fumé Blanc with Richard yesterday and asked him the whole all the question I wanted, but I did not want to. I didn't want to be I didn't want to have too many information to get into the tasting tonight, knowing too many details about the wines. So purposefully, by purpose, by design, I want to know as less as possible about the wines before I taste them. I want to spit my score out and deal with it for the rest of the year. Basically, this is instinctive. This is emotional. This is what's in here. This is my true intuition, and that's where we're at. And that Maverick, it's. I would say if there's one thing that was not quite getting to the Riverstone level, it's maybe the finish.
Okay.
Maybe there's not as long of a finish as the Riverstone. The same style of Sauvignon Blanc. You nailed it, Mira. You absolutely nailed it. There's less wood, I would say, in the Riverstone. But they are really close. In my scale, on my point score, they are extremely close to each other. But for tonight's show, definitely Maverick is taking the lead. My highest score before that was the 91 points, for the 2021 Lakeside Cellar. And maybe
did you already do the price guessing for Maverick?
No, I have not. This is more of a $28 though, I would say. If it's under $30, I'm happy. I wouldn't mind to pay $30. I wouldn't mind to pay $35 either. There's a complexity in there. There's good quality of wood. So I wouldn't mind to go all the way up to $35. No doubt about that.
Good. So you're pretty damn close. So $21.98. I'm pretty sure that's before tax. So about 26. And you said if it's under 28, you're really happy. So
yeah.
Hang on.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, we're at 92 points here. I love that wine. I think
it's a beauty. And Caitlin's saying it's their flagship white. So that makes sense. It's a solid one.
Absolutely. It's just like there's that textural richness, density, complexity, and it's evolved throughout the wine. It's not a one-trick pony where you see just one linear growth in there. No, it's like it's a nice switch of flavor, and there's a nice brightness. There's a certain weight who comes to the mid palate, but though it's not too heavy, because like I mentioned at the beginning, the acidity is throughout the whole thing and it keeps everything lifted. So the acidity, the weight doesn't become a heavy wine. Last thing that I want when I taste a Sauvignon Blanc is the wine to be heavy. That's the last thing I want. I don't want heaviness in there. This is not a purposeful Sauvignon Blanc, to my opinion. I will keep heaviness, a heavier wine for Chardonnay. I will keep that maybe for Semillon. Definitely Viognier. Sauv Blanc, please, no. I don't want a heavy wine on a Sauv Blanc. And that level of acid just keeps everything up. I'm happy. I love it. Well done, Team Maverick, Yannick, Caitlin, all of you guys. bang on.
Yeah, and now keep quiet about the pricing thing, because whenever we find something that's underpriced, let's not publicize that too much. Just buy up all the cases you can get your hands on before they catch on and they raise the price.
Yeah, the biggest difference, because I can you give me French? Oh no, okay, let's not do that right away. What did I put in your glass for the second one?
I thought you said wild goose.
Wild goose. There you go, wild goose. Okay, so we are going from.
Caitlin's also saying their Maverick Pinot Noir is almost gone. So good to know. Always with these good ones, when you find it, you got to get it as much as you can. I am so regretting right now that I didn't get more of the 2017 19 Chardonnay. I think we need to see if we can convince Caitlin to sell us some more of that Bushvine Syrah. Because, yeah, they sell out. They're small batches, and once they're gone, they're gone. So
there you go. There you go. So we're going from Oliver. We're going to go back up a little bit not the northern, but just a little bit north of Oliver in Okanagan Falls, right before the McIntyre Bluff, in the really rocky part of the Okanagan in OK Falls, where Wild Goose is located. So I've never tried any wine from Wild Goose.
Me neither. And they have a smokehouse on site. I think they do like smoked meat.
Did I hear smoked meat?
Yeah. I think they do a sort of an epic. Here, let me say, Wild Goose.
No, I saw the ad today. Yes, there's a smoke. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a nice nose here. Let's show our people. That's the Sauvignon Blanc. That's the 2020 though. This is not the 2021 vintage just yet.
And they were just acquired by Burrowing Owl, right? So they were family owned since they bought the land in 84. And they were bought out last summer by Burrowing Owl family. So that's awesome.
I didn't. Oh yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just looking at their menu just for those of you that want to vicariously travel through the menu. And yes, they do have a smokehouse. They do. It's pretty ridiculous. Let's see here. It's called the Smoke and Oak Bistro at Wild Goose. They do like pulled pork and bison burgers and cheesesteaks, and yeah, they have a big smoker on site, and everything comes with pickles and grilled pineapples. So ribs, brisket, even sockeye salmon, sausage, chicken. Yeah.
That was a good Sauv Blanc.
Pretty epic.
This is a good Sauv Blanc. I would say it's more
the nose is really opening up to me.
Yeah. There's not, it's not, again, this is not the Sauv Blanc, the New Zealand style on the nose. It's a little bit more tropical. So far, I had maybe just one really New Zealand style. I would be very intrigued to see what's the fermentation in the oak treatment. I'm not sure.
There's a zing to that.
There's a zing. Yeah, there's a bright acidity. I don't believe that there's any oak in there. I don't get any.
Think so.
If you can look at that for me.
I will.
That's the 2020, okay, here. I sense a lot of purity of fruit. It's super mineral. There's a beautiful minerality. I really enjoy that. This is very well made. There's a nice color. To me, it's very muted on the nose. I don't get ton on the nose. That's not some. I don't get excited with the aromas. But when I love the bright acidity. It's not a lemon acidity though. It's more orange type of acidity.
Yeah, it's not like drinking lemonade. No,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, I've got it here. 2020, you said, right? 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's from OK Falls.
Sure is. Now, I believe that there's no oak in there.
They don't mention oak, so
yeah. Well, it's pure. It's straightforward. There's a beautiful orange style of acidity. There's some flowers. Nice salty minerality.
Yes, and we learned recently from Daniel Bonterin, winemaker, that has to do with the volcanic soil.
Yeah.
That saltiness that's left on your lips after some wines, that means there was volcanic soil where they grew.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It's well done. Bone dry. Yeah, this is very interesting. I love that. Pretty much on its own in its style, right? Since the beginning, I have not came across any tonight of that level of minerality.
Yeah, that zing. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's nice, quenchable, bright level of acidity, but also it's not gooseberry. It's more, like I mentioned, it's more orange.
So
orange,
warm zinginess.
Yeah, orange blossom.
Mm.
There's even maybe like a red apple.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's very enjoyable.
90 plus for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about price here, okay? Because you know me, I need to put the price in the equation. If you charge me more than 25 before tax, though, I'm out.
Okay, we're in luck. It's less.
Okay, good.
I just checked.
Okay, so it gets 90 plus or 91.
It's always a little nerve-wracking when you do this, Carl, because we never want to bash a winery or make them.
No, I give them a lot of props. I give them a lot of quality here. But if it was $28, I would say no, it doesn't. It's not worth it. I would say, what is that? 23.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's well priced. So
23 exactly, I think here. Yep. It's just 23 even.
23. And, so I'm right on the dot here. So 90 plus points.
So they have something interesting. If you're a Vintners Club member, you can get it for $19.55.
Ooh.
That's quite a discount. So you have to buy it by the case.
Yeah, I buy it by the case, and you have to have at least 2 shipments a year from the winery. So.
Like that, yeah. But still, if you're just buying one bottle, it's $23. That's still less than what you were saying. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it delivers on the price point for what I'm tasting. Yep, it delivers on the price point. Again, like I can't believe like there's some moron around that they still keep saying that Canadian wines are overpriced. I just can't freaking like wrap my head around these idiots who keep like they're stuck on that narrative with just such a nonsense.
Well, they're not idiots. They just didn't get to taste 800 or 900 of the best Canadian wines like you. I bet there are some wineries out there where maybe it wouldn't meet your standards, but we just haven't experienced that yet.
It's like it's in every field, like in every single wine region, there's wineries who doesn't meet the standard, not more or less in Canada. Anyway. So this wine, absolutely.
Yes, I agree. Like, given that we found 900 that are pretty spectacular.
Yeah. And Okanagan Falls is a pretty interesting region. I love the wineries in the area. Siren's Calls are based there. There's right next door from Wild Goose that we just didn't talk about. It's Stag's Hollow, an absolute spectacular spot. Obviously, Mayer and Mayam are right there as well. Syncromesh, it's right in OK Falls as well. A beautiful, beautiful area where they make stunning wine. And one thing that comes to mind when I taste wines from OK Falls, it's always the minerality. And this is one of this is textbook OK Falls with that minerality at the end. When you think about it, it makes so much sense. So while we're there, how about we taste Mayhem?
Yes, because it's right from the same area. You're totally right.
Yeah, but I believe that the grapes are not from Okanagan Falls, though. This is, see, it's right there.
Maybe?
The grapes are from the bench. They're out of bench.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, do you want me to go? Do you want me to come downstairs this time, or do you want to come up?
I'll come up.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So let's talk Mayhem here. The brand new 2021. Funny enough, Jan Novak, a good friend of ours who work at Mira, brought the bottle over yesterday from Terry Meyer Stone, and this is the brand new 2021. It was just bottled a month ago, and I said, Carl, sorry, but we can't sell anything. We're already sold out. There's 22 cases left in the warehouse. And we're keeping it for the tasting room. Like, what? You guys just bottled it, for God's sake. Yeah, we just bottled, already sold out. So Mayhem, this is the sister company of Mira. Jack Meyer, who owns that Pinot and Chardonnay house in Okanagan. This is owned by his sister. There's more New Zealand here on the nose, much more New Zealand. So that goes to in the category of New World New Zealand with the three sisters.
I have 2 empty glasses. This is not.
That's not good. Not appropriate here. If I was still in my old career in the restaurant business, I would have to fire someone tonight.
Oh no,
ma'am. And how about we do black market after?
If I pour them myself, I'll remember which one's which. Okay, so Mayhem light color, and then black market.
New Zealand nose. Yeah, you'll see with Mayhem, it's absolute gooseberry nose. So.
Okay, I can already see the
black market on your right hand.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna.
I can already tell you right now. So the first one was the New Zealand nose.
Yeah, it's Mayhem.
It was Mayhem. Yeah. Reminds me a little bit of something to do with my laundry room. In a good way. But
yeah. And then, you know what? That kind of makes sense because Chris Carson, is it Chris or anyway, the winemaker at Mayhem is from New Zealand.
But yes, they're different. Totally different. Okay.
So that's definitely a New Zealand reflection of the wine. Yeah, nice, beautiful nose though. Oh, zingy, bright, zippy, cutthroat acidity. I almost have a feeling that I'm drinking a Riesling. I see like that precision.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The interpretive dance is like this.
Yeah.
Very.
To me, if I dance like you, I'll do.
Yeah.
Right that way, like precise, zippy, cutthroat acidity, grassy. This is gooseberry. This is lemon peel, green apple. Yeah, like top precision.
Beauty.
And you know what? This is bench. This is the amount of fruit, right? So don't give any wood treatment to Naramata fruit, a little bit like the Three Sisters. And yeah, this is what it is. It's precision. I love it. I love it. And okay, let's be honest here. My personal style, I like some wood treatment with the Sauv Blanc. I love the depth that it gives. I love the complexity. I love the softness. But this, in terms of New Zealand style, that's the top that I had in terms of that style. That's definitely my top New Zealand style Okanagan Sauvignon Blanc. No doubt about that. I love that. Let's talk about price point before I give a score.
Yes. And look, Xavier's proposing a new rating system. Interpretive dance. The people want to see you dance. See, Carl Boucher? I like it. Yeah. We'll have to do that at the member reunion, maybe. It will be
I guess so.
Karaoke.
I guess so. I have a feeling that I'm gonna get abused so bad at that party. It's gonna turn out so anyway.
It's gonna be a roast. Hey, so we're doing a pig roast. It's just been confirmed. We're doing a pig roast at the June 3rd event. And June 24th in Niagara is what? Tacos? Tacos.
Yeah, there's gonna be a taco specialist there who's gonna make different style of tacos.
That's awesome. Yeah. So but June.
Derek is in the house.
Woo! Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Been a long time. Glad to have you back. Okay, so Mayhem Sauv Blanc, the brand new 2021, it's already sold out. Very, very popular. Winemaker is New Zealand. This is a true reflection of well-made precision style of Sauv Blanc. I would say I would pay $25, no problem for that. Zero problem, 25.
I gotta look it up now. Okay.
Let's put my threshold here at 25. If it's $25, this is a 91 points, no doubt.
Okay. And what year is it that you have there?
$2021. There might be a bit of a wood treatment in there. Yeah. There's some wood in there. Yeah.
All these winery websites, they ask you if you're over 19, and like I accidentally said no, and they say, "Do you want to try again?"
Yeah, there's some wood in there. I got it at the end. I'm like, what? Yeah. But it's still such a bright acidity. I will pay, 25 to 27. No problem.
Okay. I'm still trying to find it.
That's okay.
Other wines. So they do Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and then this is under other wines. Okay.
Or Mayhem. It's not Meyer. It's Mayhem.
It's not Meyer. It's Mayhem.
No, it's Mayhem.
Okay. Because I was like, they don't even have it on their website. Oh my God.
No, it's Mayhem.
Okay. I like their slogan. Every life well lived needs a little mayhem. Okay. So, refreshing whites. Right. And they're the ones that do a fortified Gewürztraminer.
Yeah. We tasted it out there last year.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the Anarchy Small Lot Sauv Blanc, right?
No. This is the Naramata.
Complicating me here. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not on their website. Because like you said, they don't, it's not available, right? They were pretty much sold out from the time they bottled it. So this will remain a mystery of how much they charge.
I would have paid $20 to $27 with, like, this is a high quality Sauvignon Blanc, really high quality. There's a purity as well. Yeah, this is a 91 plus.
Yeah. So I can tell you that last year's vintage on a retailer's website, Everything Wine, was 27.
That's the retail price, though.
Yeah, so it might be different for from the winery. It might be less, right?
Yeah, definitely. It sure is.
Okay, so last year's vintage, Gismondion wine, the 2020 Mayhem Sauvignon Blanc from the Naramata bench.
Yeah.
Gismondion wine said that it was $15.65.
How much?
$15.65 last year. But Gismondion wine, we have picked out a few little errors on these sorts of things. So who knows if that's accurate or not? But that's as close as we'll get because it's
you know what? I think that Gismondi got the wholesale price on that one.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. We'll see. Yeah, and then I see another place that has it at 18. So somewhere between 16 and 28.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely really, really good, especially that 2021 vintage. I like the burst of acidity. I like the precision. I like the purity of the fruit. That is truly Sauvignon Blanc. That is true and true SB, with a New Zealand origin in the backhand, but there's also like that classic Okanagan zing. So yeah, I love it.
That's awesome. So there's a reason to go visit them. If you're in the Okanagan, this is one thing that you can only get there because there's only like small amount of cases left. And
yeah, that's what we were mentioning yesterday, like 2020, 22 cases left or something, like right away, like a month.
And saying the 2020 was $20 somewhere. So it does sound like it's over delivering. That's what.
Oh, definitely. Let's say, like I said, like I would pay easily $25. So yeah, it's over delivering. This is really, really good SB, especially if you're looking for that New Zealand gooseberry type of influence. That's right, your style. You're gonna love that.
So I have to ask you a question. What is this whole thing about cat piss? Have you guys talked about this yet?
No, I haven't talked about cat piss. I didn't want to get there anyway. Thanks for bringing it up.
Okay, fine. I didn't see it on the flavor profile here, but I do hear people say, "Oh, Sauv Blanc, I don't like it because it reminds me of cat piss." So anyway, I just thought it'd be a worthwhile question. But
yeah, no, it is. It is a worthwhile. To me, it's Chilean Sauvignon Blanc. Chilean SB smelled like cat piss.
Well, what is cat piss? Like, this is something maybe I'm missing out on. I've had cats when I was younger, and is it just like that litter box smell, or what the hell is it?
Yeah, kind of. When it piss in the litter box, and it's not pleasant. It's just like
Okay, interesting. So some Sauv Blancs can have that.
Yes, but I mostly find that into Chilean Sauv Blanc.
Okay.
So let's move on to Caledon, BC. Right in our friends at the Conviction Ridge Vineyard in Caledon, the Unsanctioned Series Black Marquette Sauvignon Blanc.
Nice. And Eric has a tip for us on here about this. Okay, there is a wine called Cat Pee on a gooseberry bush. It's a New Zealand wine in the LCBO in Ontario. So we'll hand it to the LCBO for bringing in this wine that's very frank about this. But yeah, maybe it's something hopefully I won't have to experience. But I was curious about it. So all right. So we're at Black Market, and this wine they don't actually make or plan to make anymore. Cannot be purchased. It's their Unsanctioned series, right?
The Unsanctioned series. I think there was like 65 cases made of that. Very small amount. It was like something like 3 barrels. Um,
In the Unsanctioned series, that's what it's about. It's basically like if Rob Hammersley, the winemaker, if he finds some grapes that are great, doesn't matter if he doesn't have a lot of it, he'll make it into a wine, but it'll be unsanctioned. So like kind of a one-off special wine, right?
He made probably at least three vintages of the Sauv Blanc.
Okay.
So this is complexity. There's a balance, very well balanced. I love the oak treatment in there. It's not overpowering. It's not too dense. It's not too rich. There's to me, there's a real good balance between Huber dense complexity, a little, like at the limit, a little too much, but there's a little bit of an easy drinking match with the complexity. You know, it's not just too much. It's very well balanced. There's definite wood in there, but it's very well put at every level of the wine. There's bright acidity. I cannot drink a Sauvignon Blanc without a high level of acidity. I love that. I always love this SB. I think
balance, texture.
Yes, very textural. I think it's the most balanced wine of the night so far.
It's true. It's very enjoyable. And there's almost like a some kind of apple or something in the middle. Do you get that? I get it in the nose as well.
There's length, there's complexity, there's freshness. There's to me, it's balanced. There's not too much of anything. There's not missing anything.
Yeah.
Nothing is too much. Nothing is missing.
And it does remind me of like a crisp ambrosia apple or something like that. There's little remnants of that throughout it. It's really interesting.
I like the tropical, a little bit of orchard as well. There's no gooseberry at all in there. I don't get none of that. This is full-on Sancerre. This is full-on French-style Loire Valley. Like, again, balance. This is clearly, to me, the most balanced wine of the night. This is not the most spectacular. This is not the one with the biggest burst. This is not the one with the craziest length. This is not the one with the crazy density. This is balance. I love that. I always been a fan. I love what he does with his Pinot Blanc, but I personally prefer the SB from his Unsanctioned series. Yeah, balance. It's impressive. It's well done. It's beautiful.
Did you give it points?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And I bet we won't know what this one costed.
No, we won't because...
oh, no, we will. They still have it on their website. They're so good. These guys are like the only winery we've looked at tonight where if they don't sell the wine anymore, they still have all the info on their website.
That's probably a little bit more up there. I would say it's at least $26. 26, so, maybe 28.
On their website, this was a wine club only wine. And the wine club does get like a special price. And the wine club price was $20.70.
What?
Yeah. Not available anymore, guys. I'm sorry, but I know. Wow. Shoot, right? This is a good one. So with tax, that's like $23, $24. Yeah. Okay, and what's interesting, you say about
that's the 92 points.
It's fantastic. So, and they've got everything on their website. This is so rare for a winery, you guys. They've got like the you know, even the RS is on there. It's 1 gram of RS, 55 cases produced. Well, now I don't know. It says 55 at the bottom, 90 at the top. So that was probably from an older vintage. But so it comes from the slow vineyard on the Narrabada bench. It's a vineyard that likes to take its time. So that's interesting. Maybe that's why there's that balance there. It's a more...
Yeah. It's just like, to me, again, like, this is so well balanced. Let's go to Calliope.
Oh, yes. A new one for us. New for us.
I think Calliope, if I picked that up at Savon. I believe that it's the second brand of, is it the second brand of Burrowing Owl or the second brand of Culmina or something like that?
Well, I'll tell you in a second. What year is it?
2018.
Okay, so an older one. Okay, so this was founded by the Wise family, founders of Burrowing Owl, who just bought out Wild Goose. Okay. So Calliope is just a new label from Burrowing Owl's founders. And Calliope is a tiny hummingbird, so it's about that.
So there's a little sparkle. There's a little bit sparkly.
Okay.
Right at the top. It's really short though.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on.
Okay. I'm always curious about these ones. So I'm going to come up and taste that one. What's next?
Let's say 88 points.
Okay.
There's a little tartness.
Okay. I can't wait to try this because this is where I learn. This is where I'm like, okay.
Not bad though. It's not bad.
What's the difference between that and that, right? Like, it's always interesting to see.
If it's $18, it's worth it.
Okay, let me find out. Let me tell you. Let me tell you the wine.
Hey.
Well, you bought it. You bought it today, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I bought 3 bottles, so.
Oh, okay, so you don't know exactly which one.
I have the receipt in the.
Somewhere. And it's 2018. So I'm telling you the 2019 here does not have it does not have a price. Huh. Okay. Interesting. There's no price on their website.
No price.
I guess you can't buy it online. I don't know.
It's maybe just a wine for wholesaling, maybe?
Yeah, maybe it's just on at liquor stores and stuff. Huh. Yeah, you can't like add to cart or anything. It's just information. And then, okay, to purchase our wines, it gives you the, it's only available in retail stores. Yeah, only in liquor stores, only in BC.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah. So that's good to know. So where'd you put the receipt?
In my pocket, for God's sake, in my wallet.
Where's your wallet?
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll go look for it. Well, that's good to know. Okay. So what's next? Which wine is next?
I have the Silva.
The Silva. Well, this is the one we were at yesterday and met the winemaker and had basically.
I have 2 left. So I have 2 left. So if you want to come up, I will.
Right there.
I'll pour you the Silva and the free form.
You bet. You don't need to say that twice.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, from yesterday, stop at the kitchen at the Silva. We picked up, but it was gracefully donated by Richard. He wanted me to taste that. This is the 2020. The 2021 was bottled yesterday afternoon when we were there. So really, really tropical. Oh, Mira, can we bring an extension? Because I'm gonna lose. I'm at 3%. So hopefully I'm not gonna lose you guys. We're just gonna put the extension cord here, so we're not losing the connection. But yes, so the 2020, I really need an extension cord. I'm gonna lose everything in a second.
Okay.
It doesn't go.
I know.
Okay. Let's taste the Silva Fumé Blanc. So there's oak in there. Okay. This is right in between Maverick and Black Market. I see a lot of similarity with Black Market wine in here. Balance, there's just a little burst between the mid palate and the back end. There's a little burst of citrus peel in between these two. Little spicy finish that I rarely get in the Sauvignon Blanc. Might become to American oak or something. That's the there's one right there.
Woo.
Harry, we're at 2.
Oh my God, a little bit.
We're just losing the whole thing. No, Mira, right here. Okay. Woof, we saved it. Ah, we're back at 1%. 1%. Oh, we saved the show. Okay, the Silva 2020. I need to show you that, guys. This is this is 2020 Fumé Blanc. I just seen in here American oak, and that's maybe where the little spice at the end comes from. I love that. This is definitely similar than the Black Market. Right in between. Right in between the density, the richness, and the power of Maverick, and the balance of Black Market. That's exactly right in between. There's a little bit more burst than Black Market, not as much density of Maverick. But if you ask me, the top category, especially on the Fumé Blanc style, especially on the more woody style of what we have here, I would put these 3 together at the top, closely follow with the Mayhem, but the Mayhem has a more New Zealand style, I would say. But this, what do you think of the Silva?
This is the Silva, right?
This is well, I don't know, did you pour yourself?
Yes, I poured. What else are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Extremely tropical on the nose, but when you get so what I'm seeing is after the mid palate, there's a burst between the mid and the end.
Yeah.
It was pretty unique, but it's really, I will put Black Market and this one really close in terms of style. Stylistically, they're very, very, very similar.
There's a little more toastiness to this. Like, is that oak? Yeah. Yeah, it's a Fumé Blanc. So yeah, I guess it's an oak. And what are we tasting next? Because since I'm up here, I'm going to take it down.
Yeah, the last one will be the free form.
Woo! A natural wine.
Yeah, 100% natural.
You can see.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see through the bottle.
You see, yeah, you can
it's
see
unfiltered.
There you go.
The natural one.
On these. Oh, that's different. So the Silva, I would go. This is clearly to me. There's a top 4 wine in there. It's the Black Market, the Silva, Maverick, and probably Mayhem right under there. Yeah. The Silva.
Okay, so I won't have a problem distinguishing these two because of the natural wine being so cloudy. It's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like that the Silva. I think it's right at the top level with the Maverick and the Black Market.
Very tasty.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited to try this natural wine. So did you see, there is a lady that writes about wines out east. And they do kind of a similar wine club as Carl's Wine Club, but solely focused on natural wines.
But you know that she's from Kelowna.
And yes, she moved to Toronto just a few years ago. Laura Mills, I think. She sent an email today that compared natural wines to a very interesting sexual thing.
No, that's okay. Come on, she's compared to anal sex.
Yeah, that's the headline of her text today. Let me find it. It was natural wine is like anal sex. It grows on you.
Yeah. I think she was right.
Well, she was quoting a winemaker.
No, she was not quoting a winemaker. She was not. She was quoting a guy who worked in the wine bar on the Toronto wine scene.
That's right. She explained it all, but I was like, well, that's one way to get me to open the email.
Yeah, exactly. Now. Some people will call it a clickbait. Some of that's an extremely interesting nose. Extremely interesting. I need to talk about Freeform a little bit. So Freeform.
Oh, that's different and it's really good.
So Freeform. This is from the Okanagan Crush Pad. So they also made the Riesling that I absolutely fell in love with at Riesling Day. So Freeform Riesling was absolutely outstanding. I tasted their Sauvignon Blanc in November was it in November? Anyway, earlier on, and I thought it was interesting. I didn't thought that it was outstanding, but I thought that was different enough to be interesting. That's my take on that. There's a caramel nose here. There's like, it's just so hard to wrap my head around these natural wine, because these wines are fermenting, open fermenter outside until the wine completely ferment. They don't throw any yeast in there to make them switch. Like, this is all naturally happening, and it's ready when it's ready.
Yeah, it takes a whole new level of risk and patience for a winery to be willing to do something like that, because it can go sideways.
Let me quote Richard De Silva from yesterday, saying, "I don't fucking get it. We spent thousands of years to improve winemaking, to make it safer, to make it easier, and in a clap of finger, these guys are going back to the Roman time." I thought that was brilliant. But there's many natural wine out there. I'm seeing,
and one of our very favorite wines on the planet is a natural wine. We didn't know that when we first tasted it, but now that we know that that's the results of a totally natural process. Now we pick it out. Like I can pick out wild yeast like you wouldn't believe now. And I get it with this too. There's this special, like, what do you call it? There's just this earthiness and this.
Yeah, it's a crazy.
Very intriguing is what it is with natural wine.
That is absolutely a nice grip at the end. I like that. I like the complexity. I think it's well made. It's weird, good. There's a sweetness, not on residual sugar. There's a natural sweetness, like if you bite in a mango. Like this is that tropical fruit sweetness with a little bit of lemon peel. But there's a little thing at the end that's completely at the end. You're almost done tasting it, and there's a little hick that make my finish just in like, while you're there. But it's good. It's not great. It's good. It's interesting. It's borderline geeky, but fun. I can geek on that for many.
I really like it. That's all I gotta say. Is there's so many fun things about it. It's way more complex. It's the personality, and we talked about that so much yesterday too when we were with Richard at De Silva. Wine needs to have personality.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. When a wine feels too perfect, that's where it loses personality, right? Yes. And
that's one of the things I think is a real bonus with natural wine is you get the personality, especially only when I think actually. When
that's to me, that's where Pearl Morissette overtake Checkmate. Checkmate sometimes feels too perfectly made. They feel like it feels like every aspect of the wine has perfect numbers. Like, there's no flaws. It's just too perfect. So they're good. They're great wines. It just sometimes feels too perfect. So yeah.
So my take on the natural wines is I like the way Pearl Morissette did it. We didn't know it was natural. They don't go advertising that. It's not the thing.
Grilled pineapple.
Yeah. And so my take on it is, yes, like in an ideal world, yes, it'd be amazing if there was almost no intervention to the wines. You could just let nature speak for itself, right? But that's not always possible, and I think that's okay. I mean, that's why we are humans, is that we're adept at taking our natural environment and turning it into something different.
Absolutely.
And
so before for the last part, I wanted to talk about the French door, because the French door, such an interesting project. They opened 3 years ago. They opened just before we started the club, right? We had some conversations.
They sold out like right away.
Exactly. Remember after my first tasting with Pascal Madevon, Pascal is one of the most well-known consultant winemaker in the Okanagan. He spent 15 years with Osoyos La Rose here from Bordeaux. So anyway, first time that I went there, tasted with Pascal, what came out on top for me was their Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc was my favorite wines from there. But 2 years now, they're always sold out, very small production. And they're almost becoming a little bit of an iconic in the sense that they're the new shiny toy. They opened just before Phantom Creek, right in the same area. Stunning view, stunning winery. Good guy. Jason is a good guy. It was fun to meet with. So anyway, So I went to, I know that Mira really loves Sauvignon Blanc. So last week when I was down south, I said, well, I'm going to go swing by and pick up a bottle of their Sauvignon Blanc just to see. And we opened it a couple of nights ago. I wanted to keep some for tonight because I thought it's going to be perfect to bring onto Sauvignon Blanc report and Sauvignon Blanc night. This is great wine. This is well made. I know that there's probably a big following there, but when I was mentioning that at some point the acidity doesn't follow through the whole wine, I got stuck with a little too much density. I got stuck with a little bit too much concentration, and the acidity disappears. So it's not gonna make it to my top notch 92 points with the Maverick, the De Silva, the Black Market. To me, are all at the top, really close with the Mayhem also. This is good. This is well made. But there's a little fall through with the backbone of acidity before the end.
I gotta say something. I really like that Freeform. Is that the same one that we tasted a few months ago?
Yeah.
Huh.
I tasted it before the Riesling.
So
and
that's another interesting thing. We're talking about natural wines with Xavier in the chat here as well. I think natural wines go through more like highs and lows in the bottle.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
So
there's no consistency. Wine. There's no consistency in between.
You taste a natural wine and you're like, well, that's super weird. I don't think I'd ever buy that bottle again. Then you taste it 3 months later or 6 months later and you're like, wow, that wine is phenomenal. It's so weird, but it's the same wines that, you know, like, so I think if you love natural wines, you love that kind of authenticity, you know. It's interesting. Anyway, let's do the price guessing on the French door. That's our last wine of the night, hey?
This is too expensive.
You think so?
I know I went to pay for it.
Okay.
This is 40 something.
No, it's 32. Is this just the straight Sauvignon Blanc?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's our most expensive SB of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. By let me.
Yeah, it's 32. And so
how much is the De Silva?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. De Silva, Sauvignon Blanc. Oh, Fumé Blanc, right?
Yeah.
So De Silva was 28.
Okay, I think the freeform might be the most expensive.
Oh, right. Okay, Okanagan Crush Pad. Okay, I will tell you right now. And the Freeform was an 18 or what was it?
The Freeform was the 18. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I do not yet have the price. I just have a tech sheet. Okay, the Freeform is also $31.99. Yeah, so the Freeform and the French door are the same. The two top most expensive. Well, most, I don't want to say expensive, okay, but most the highest price of the evening.
Yeah, no, I give 89 points to the French door, putting the price in the equation, and I think the little lack of this little missing piece at the end, but still a very good wine. Still a very good wine. I would hope maybe for a little bit less concentration of acidity, or concentration and a little bit more acidity. The Freeform, I give it a 90 points. To me, there's a little something completely at the end, like when you think that you're done, that just like.
See, I don't have any more sips, or I would try and understand what you're saying. But
yeah, there's a little funkiness at the end that I'm like, why is it there? Why is it there? It kind of like take me from 91 back to 90. But it's a good wine. It's a very good wine. It's fun. And again, I can geek out on the nose for a pretty good amount of time. So I think I have a clear top 4 from the tasting tonight. It's the Sauv, the Black Market, the Mayhem, and the Maverick.
Nice.
That's my clear top 4. But you know what? After the whole thing right now, there's one thing. There's only one wine that I would like another splash of.
What's that?
And it's the bubbly.
Yes. It was very
right now, like that's how I feel right now. It's not my highest rated wine, but after that whole thing, I just feel like washing everything off with that nice little bubbly.
Oh, that's a beauty. Hey, we said we give away 2 ENOVINOs, but then you said we'll do one more after the break. So let's do one last one. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Can you see the thing? Yeah. Okay, I hope I got everybody's names here that's commented. Thanks so much, you guys, for hanging out with us. It's been so much fun. Janek. Okay.
We already have one. I gave him one last week.
He's got a lot of them. I think they sell them at the tasting room at Maverick, don't they?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay, well, maybe.
Not yet.
I will send him one for him to have personally. Congrats, Janek. That's awesome.
So, yeah, that was fun. What is there any of these wines that really stands out to you?
So, this is where we come at odds, but the freeform actually I found so interesting. And then I would say I agree with you on a lot of your top 5, and I would say those are my favorites depending on the occasion.
That's true.
It just depends. Like the Maverick one is complex. I really want to taste that with food. I want to see how that stands up to different things because it's so multifaceted. It's complex. It's serious. And then like the Meyer one, if it is a hot day out, I think that's what I want to have.
Absolutely burst, right?
Because it's so like it was that shape. It was like, and it would just cool you down and refresh you. Yeah, and then I love the Black Market one, but they don't make that one anymore. So that was just a pleasure to be able to taste.
I don't know what he does. Like, there's no bad wine coming out of that darn place. It's just like
I'll tell you what he does. He's super dedicated. Like every time we see him at the winery, he's really into his craft.
Dedicated attention to details, right?
Yes, and a passion, like a genuine passion. Like he's into it. Like they literally go and pick cutworms for their date night sometimes, Rob and Michelle. So these guys are dedicated, and that's amazing.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it shows.
No doubt. So yeah, I think the highest rated. I want to say here. Yeah, clearly Maverick, Black Market, the Silva, and Mayhem are the 4 wines at 92 and 91 plus that I have here on my form. Also, Riverstone is probably still my top Sauvignon Blanc of the year. Riverstone was right there, and.
Rob says they're happy to have others join.
Still there? Hey, you're not sleeping? So yeah, Riverstone. Also, are you here? Oh, geez.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay. Riverstone.
So Riverstone. So what we need to do is
Cannon View by Giant Head is one of the.
Yes, so there's a Mouchadre stuck in our mailbox because I couldn't find the mailbox key.
I told the story. I said, and I told everyone that I lost the mailbox key.
Oh,
and
no,
I
he
said,
lied.
No, because it's Mother's Day weekend. So I told everyone that I lost it. This is my fault.
No, I lost it. So I lost the mailbox key. We could not get in there. We'll get in there on Monday when they are changing our locks. And Mouchadre, Giant Head, and Riverstone. Those are some of our Sauv Blancs I wish were here to be part of it. So we'll have to see how.
Yeah, with Giant Head, we just had a hard time to connect with the winery, right? So it's not always easy to to make it happen. So yeah, we didn't have Cannon View, but we already tasted Cannon View. It's another 92 points. Mira's favorite.
That is one of my favorites. So
absolutely. But yeah, once again, Rob Hammersley at Black Market, 92 points. Maverick, 92 points. Mayhem and Da Silva, 91 plus. So the most complex of the night, I will give it to Maverick. The most balanced wine of the night, we'll give it to Rob at Black Market. I would say at Mayhem, that's intriguing because it's New Zealand. There's some wood in there. There's a burst. There's a lot coming out of that wine. It's interesting. I love the burst in between mid palate and the end of the Da Silva. So yeah, Three Sisters, really pleased with what they're doing. First time tasting these guys. Also Wild Goose, pleased with what they're doing as well. First time tasting. A 90 points there. Good, well done. Good Clos du Soleil. So all in all, we had a great lineup. We're gonna publish a BC Sauvignon Blanc report in probably the next week. See how I give us some times. I just bought a little bit of time here, but
because we are announcing our ticket situation for the member reunions. So
there you go. So
that will be coming to you very, 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 very soon.
Are we done? I need to go pick up the kids now.
Yes, you do, because I had like 2 glasses of wine out of all these 20 sips.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I wasn't thinking of letting you go.
Good.
So we had a bunch of people sticking around all night. So it's pretty cool. That was International Sauvignon Blanc Day. We had the BC version of our marathon, a little 3 hour and 7 minutes live. We've tasted over 15 wines, so pretty cool. Thanks to everyone who donated the bottles. Thanks to all the wineries involved. Thanks to all of the Canadian wine lovers, and especially you, the Carl's Wine Club members. We are thrilled to do that with you guys. It's so much fun. Congrats to all of our members who won ENOVINO tonight. And yeah, we'll see you. The next one will be World Chardonnay Day.
Woo! That's a big one.
Guess what? We have a target on us because last year we had the longest and the biggest show in the world as a Chardonnay virtual tasting, and I am not planning to get beat this year. So we're gonna, at the end of May, we're gonna have Chardonnay Day. So yeah. Thank you, everyone. Carl's Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.
Chat soon.